wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. Slumber, I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Thursday, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to it.
Mm-hmm.
Still fighting the cold.
Yeah, it sounds like it's fighting back.
It's starting to sink into my chest a little bit here. So, yeah, I'm getting a little... Ladies.
Ladies. It's you get that gravel, though.
I got a little gravel going.
The gravitas.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't feel cooler with it.
No?
No.
Well, you got to use it. You got to roll the window down like a stoplight. Like, hey there.
How are you? Hey, baby.
Hey there, hot fella.
I can't even do that without laughing. So. Good morning. Happy Thursday. Yeah, I'm not doing the best, but we're here.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a cold.
Just
relax.
Just
all
the
good.
cold.
It's the cold.
It seems like. I mean, I know the ebb and the flow of COVID and all that, but it just seems like right now, like the last couple weeks at least, everything's sort of like, I don't want to say back to normal and jinx it, but like we're as close to normal as we've been for a real long time.
Kind of feels a little bit, the states.
Like the gatherings, the events and stuff.
Yeah, states nationwide are dropping mask mandates, even the more stringent ones, except ours, of course. But, others.
Well, New Mexico ranks last in like every list out there, like, child mortality, DWI, and all that. So we're probably going to be one of the last states to drop the masks.
It's pretty impressive how we're consistently last in everything.
Well, yeah, us in Mississippi.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got to try.
That's true.
To be last in everything.
You really do. Push yourself.
Good job.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should have a party to celebrate this milestone.
The limp across the finish line celebration.
We stink. We're the best at stinking.
That's right. We're the best at the worst.
We're the stinkiest of the stink. So, happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome to it.
Super optimistic this morning.
Oh, yeah. Sunshine and rainbows here. So, I did go home for a little bit. Yes, my wife went home too yesterday.
Yeah?
She was sick,
Man.
and she's doing a little better this morning. She's going to work, and here I sit. So we're trying to fight through it.
Sure.
So hopefully if I can get through tomorrow and then get a good rest this weekend. I don't think I got anything going on, and hopefully by Monday I'm feeling back to my normal.
Actually, yeah, I think this is a no do nothing weekend.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything on the schedule, so I'm gonna just try to get better. And try to limp through today and tomorrow, and get through the weekend. And come back bigger, faster, stronger on Monday.
That's right. We can rebuild him. We have the technology. We just don't want to spend that much. The $600 man.
$650. $6.50.
Dude, it's been so funny to watch like the discourse online. Like right after the Super Bowl, everybody was making their 50-cent jokes that he's now like $1.50.
Now everyone's
$2.50.
yelling at people for yelling at 50.
The next day, it was like everybody was getting on to the people that were getting on to 50.
Yeah.
Saying, well, you haven't, I'm sure you've changed a lot in the last 20 years yourself. And it's just been interesting.
I'm not trying to throw shade out there.
Shade.
However, isn't 50 known for like beating up women and all kind of stuff he did in the 90s?
I don't think that was 50.
No, he wasn't involved in any of that stuff? Okay.
That's my knowledge. I mean, maybe.
I thought maybe he was involved in a few domestic disputes and things.
No,
but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong too.
I just thought he was.
I'm trying to think. He was the guy that got shot up a bunch, right?
Yeah, he's been shot
like
times.
9 times or something like that.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of scars from,
Chris Brown was the one who was
he was a
crazy
woman abuser.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Fitty got a couple of those. I mean, not like Chris Brown level, but like he had an incident or two.
That's the other thing is, how has Chris Brown not been canceled yet?
I don't know.
That blows my mind. Yeah. All the stuff that he's done.
Well, that's the hypocrisy that is today.
Mm-hmm.
Certain people can do what they want, and if you got a talent, they don't care. I mean, that's true in life long before I've been on this planet. You and I, it's been that way. You like to think we evolve as society, but we really haven't. We just,
It's like, I get the guy's got a good falsetto, but man, why does that let us look the other way on everything?
Yeah, so I don't know. But I don't know. I just found it funny that I was like, he's like a gangster rapper. Why is everybody like defending 50 Cent like he's a victim?
Because that's the thing to do, man. We all jump on board one bandwagon and then we jump off that bandwagon onto another one.
I hate to tell you, but yeah, he's fatter. He's also older. And guess what? He made $1 bazillion. Mm-hmm. He can afford to be fat.
Yeah.
I'd probably be fat too if I didn't have to do anything except sit there and collect paychecks. And
he's got life water money. He's just sitting there eating like nothing but pork belly, like for every meal. You know, straight pork belly
and vitamin water.
And just washing it down with vitamin water.
I've never had vitamin water.
It's not bad. It's like watered down juice.
Is it?
Yeah, it's not great.
It's not carbonated, right?
No.
Okay.
No, it's not.
Does it taste like Gatorade, or is it more like...
Kinda, a little bit, but like not as good.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess it's arguable. They have other like different flavors of like the fancier flavors of vitamin water. Acai and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know they do have like the ones that make you, turns all the hipsters on.
Yeah.
What's that? Pomegranate jackfruit? Yes, that's what that is. Pomegranate jackfruit.
Mm-hmm. Put agar in there? What's the...
It's like, okay, sure. Is that Sambuca? Well, yes. That's, whatever it is, whatever term that you want to use. But, yeah. Let me give you the rundown.
Yes.
We're going to have our state legislators call in here for one last time. Today's the day. Mm-hmm. It all ends today with the legislative session. Thank goodness.
Yep.
Thank, whatever your proclivities of liking it or hating it, it ends today.
It's almost
happy,
over.
Sad, it's up to you. But there it is. In the 8 o'clock hour, about 8:15, Juanita Jennings, Public Affairs Director for the City of Roswell, will join us, give us an update on things happening in and around the city. And I believe it'll be Alethea Hartwell joining us from the Roswell Communal Theater and talking a little bit about the John Denver tribute show with Ted Vigil. Of course, we played the interview yesterday, and I think you played it Tuesday in a different hour for folks here. Yeah. But that concert's this weekend.
Yes, sir.
And would love to have people come up. Still believe there's some tickets left, but we'll talk about that with Alethea here in the 9 o'clock hour as well. And then, of course, we'll have all of your hourly features that include the news of the local variety, the national variety, and whatever else we can come up with.
I think I confused myself.
Okay.
Because I made because I made a joke earlier in the week or like last week, like that his name was Vigil or Vigil, and now I honestly can't remember which one it is.
Yeah.
Like, is it Vigil?
He goes by Vigil.
Okay.
Like when I called him last week, and I got his voicemail.
Okay.
And his voicemail, he introduced himself as Ted Vigil.
Because he seems like one of those guys. Sorry, Sonny. He seems like one of those guys that wouldn't correct you.
He would not.
If you said it wrong, he wouldn't correct you.
Well, that's what, in the interview, he kind of said, well, I was in Colorado the week before, and everyone called me Ted Vigil there. So he goes, I have two pronunciations. I'll go by either. So
there you go.
Yeah, but I think it just depends on what part of the country he's in. So you can call him Ted Vigil. He's cool with it. But when with his own people, his friends and what have you, he uses Vigil.
Or just go, John Denver! And then look away.
Or you can do that. John! And he'll...
Yeah.
And I'm telling you right now, it's scary how much he looks like John Denver. And he says it in the interviews and other things that like he'll go do shows and he'll do it with people like, he ends up like in tribute shows, and then there's a guy doing Buddy Holly, and you know what I mean? There's different people. And like he always says, like the other, he said they're great people that do great jobs of emulating these various artists and things. He said, but a lot of them have a lot of prep work as far as getting makeup and dress and hair. He just like rolls up. He's like, I'm here. I'm John Denver. He may have to put on a flannel shirt or something, but that's about it.
Right.
He doesn't have to do a lot of prep work. He just rolls in. He's John Denver.
If I looked like that, like if I had that look, I would lean so far into it that I would tell people I was Cousin Oliver from the Brady Bunch.
Oh yeah, yes.
Because that was the big, like the thing is, it was Cousin Oliver, John Denver, because they look so much like alike.
Yeah.
But I would just tell everybody I was Cousin Oliver on the Brady Bunch first.
There you go.
Because he looks just like that guy.
Yeah.
I don't know if he looks like him now, but
yeah, or at least like say I'm Jack Denver.
I'm Jack Denver. I'm Ron Denver.
Ron Denver.
I'm an attorney.
Ron Denver. Stay classy, San Diego.
Stay classy.
I'm Ron Denver.
I'm Ron Denver.
All right, it is 7:16. Let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Things will be nice today, except for the gusty wind. That'll be continuing at up to about 30 miles an hour, but that low and cold front are moving out of our area. This afternoon's high in the upper 40s to low 50s. Clear and cold for the overnight hours. Will drop into the low 20s, and then warming up tomorrow, back up to 60 and sunny. We're in the mid-60s and fair for the weekend. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 33 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 52%. Winds a little breezy out of the north at 21, gusting to 32 miles per hour. For today, cooler than what we've been experiencing. Highs of only 45 today under partly cloudy skies. Winds will be out of the north, 15 to 20 this morning, but later, and they could get gusting as high as 30 miles per hour, but those winds expected to decrease 10 to 15 later in the day today. So the windy part of the day, the early part, kind of a flip the script on us than normal, but that's how it is today. But yeah, we're only hitting a high of 45 today, so enjoy the cooler day. Tonight, mostly clear with an overnight low of 22 degrees. Winds will be out of the northeast, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, sunny, highs near 60 on Friday with south winds 5 to 10. Yeah, our 45 is pretty short-lived. We'll be back up in the 60s by Friday. Friday night clear with an overnight low of 25, south winds 5 to 10. And then for the weekend, sunny, 64 for Saturday. Southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunny and 74 on Sunday, so back into the mid-70s. For Washington's birthday Monday, sunny and 72. Going to be breezy, and then we'll be upper 60s Tuesday, back into the mid-50s by Wednesday of next week. All right, it is 18 minutes after 7 o'clock. We're going to go ahead and take a commercial break. We're scheduled to have our legislators join us on the telly. We'll see if they call in. If not, we'll chit-chat about some other stuff. We'll be back. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
If your car breaks down, no need to cry, because there's always a pal nearby at Big O. At Big O Tires. Locally owned will get you in gear. That's because you've known us for years at Big O. Big O Tires. Don't need to sweat any extra labor. You can always trust a good neighbor at Big O. At Big O Tires. The best service is part of our code. Need a cup of sugar? We're down the road at Big O. At Big O Tires.
You can trust the team at Big O Tires for great service and even better deals. Come in today and get a $70 reward card on select Michelin tires. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Not valid with other offers. Disposal fees extra and up to 10% shop fee based on non-discounted regular retail price, not to exceed $35 where permitted. Void where prohibited. Additional retailer offer advertised within is independent from the manufacturer's offer. See store for details. Some stores in Missouri, Minnesota, and Kansas are company owned.
It's a new year, time for new beginnings, and time to get a new vehicle for your family. Richland Chevy Buick GMC and Richland Dodge Chrysler Jeep both have amazing New Year's deals on both new and pre-owned vehicles. Check out both Richland's lots, where you'll find a huge inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Or better yet, customize your new vehicle. Order it today and build the vehicle of your dreams. And with the Richland Brand Champion program, you can ride with confidence knowing you're taken care of long after the sale. Ride for the brand that rides for you. Richland, where service is always job one.
It's a new year, and the progressives in Santa Fe are trying to get their claws into Roswell. Governor Grinch has her best buddy in Roswell running for mayor. In Roswell, we are proud of our families, our industry, our traditions, and our values. We can't let the Santa Fe gang take over our community. In the Roswell municipal election on March 1st, vote to keep Roswell open, to keep Roswell independent, and to keep Roswell free. Let's keep Kintai as our mayor.
This is Dennis Kintai, and I approve of this ad. Sure, you can inspect your own roof, get out that rickety ladder, crawl around up there, and try to spot the problem until... Or you can call the experts at Do Right Roofing. Do Right Roofing has quality products for any type of roof. They can even install seamless gutters. Do Right Roofing will inspect your roof and give you a free estimate fast. Keep your feet on the ground. Call Do Right Roofing today.
575-623-2273. Let Do Right do your roof right.
Find them fast in names and numbers.
It's time to stock up on beef. Do it the most affordable way by buying a whole or half beef from Runyon Cattle. A whole beef feeds a family of 4 for nearly a year. Buy your meat in bulk for about $6 a pound. Skip the store and skip the wait lines. Beef isn't something that you should have to wait on. Stock up on New Mexico homegrown grass-fed and grass-finished beef today by calling Lisa with Runyon Cattle at 760-5655. That's 760-5655. Delivered to your home freezer.
Does it ever feel like your doctor isn't listening? Like all they have to offer are pills? You deserve a healthcare provider that listens to you, one that listens to your concerns and works hard to find solutions. Roswell Medical Clinic focuses on functional medicine, working with you to find the root cause of the problem and a solution that works for you, so you can feel better and live happier. Because you deserve it. Trust the providers that listen. Roswell Medical Clinic, 111 West Hobbs in Roswell, or call 623-3311.
At LeGrand Funeral Chapel, we believe that every funeral should be a reflection of the life it honors. The joys, the triumphs, the faith, the family, and so much more. For us, no detail is too small, no request too big. This is Rosa Aguilar. When the time comes to choose a funeral home, we hope you'll let us serve your family. At LeGrand Funeral Chapel and Crematory, we make it personal.
Buying a good, clean, reliable pre-owned vehicle is just about the smartest thing you can do these days. But how do you know it's good, clean, and reliable? Well, just visit your friends at Roswell Ford. Here at the Tailgate Nation, we have over 100 outstanding pre-owned vehicles ready to serve you and your family for years to come. How do you know? Because we put everyone through a rigorous 139-point inspection, and we give you a 3-day money-back guarantee to be sure it's right. These are vehicles you'll be proud to own and thrilled to drive, like a 2015 Ford Fusion Hybrid for just $11,980, a 2017 Ford Escape for just $15,980, and a 2020 Ford Explorer XLT for just $39,980, plus about 100 more that are just as good. Sure, you can get a used car just about anywhere, but you'll only find a selection like this at Roswell Ford. So don't take chances. Come by and see us at Roswell Ford, the Tailgate Nation at the corner of 9th and Main.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. But our part-time service in the Army National Guard means we get to be more. When our communities are in need, we get the chance to stand up and do something about it. We get to serve in our own region and help the people we call neighbors. Whether they are in the mountains of New Mexico, the plains of Nebraska and Kansas, the ranches of Oklahoma and Texas, the farmlands of Missouri and Arkansas, or the bayous of Louisiana, we are here for our hometowns. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard. Aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station. Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The ball on top of a flagpole is called a truck. Mess with your friends today by pointing at a flagpole and say, "Hey, check out the truck on top of that flagpole." Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 24 minutes after 7 o'clock. Have not heard from our legislators yet to see if they're going to call in and join us. I did send out a text here waiting to hear back, but I have not. So we will move on. And if they call in or give us an indicator they're available to talk, then we'll do so. If not, more me. My apologies. Hey, there is a couple of events coming up here I want to put on the radar of some folks, all you folks. Of course, we've been talking about the Ted Vigil, John Denver show that's happening this Saturday at 2 and 7 p.m. at the Roswell Communal Theater. We'll talk more about that later in the show. But we got a couple other events coming up the next weekend here. All Saints Catholic School, they're having their 27th annual Mardi Gras Gala Dinner and Dance that benefits All Saints Catholic School. It's going to be happening February 26th. Doors will open at 6 p.m. and it'll last through 11 p.m. at St. Peter's Catholic Church there in their gym. The affair will be provided, food will be provided by Pepper's Bar and Grill. It'll be Cajun American cuisine. It is celebrating Mardi Gras. DJ Louis Nahar will be providing music. Ed and Kathy Cook Photography will be on the photography side of things. It is an adults 21 and over event. Cost is $60 per person. There's also sponsorships available, platinum, gold, and silver table sponsorships available. Of course, there'll be a silent auction. There'll be door prizes. The king and queen will be announced. And, of course, the king's cake is also one of the main part of the festivities there at the big All Saints Mardi Gras celebration. You can buy a piece of cake, and then if there's a little plastic baby inside the cake, then you get entered into win the big door prizes and all that stuff. And so you can buy the cake and piece of cake and eat delicious cake, but go through it first and look for the baby before you start chowing down. I'd hate for you to accidentally swallow that and miss out on door prizes because you got to wait for the baby to pass. But, so be gentle when you eat your cakes there at Mardi Gras. But again, that's coming up February 26th. You'll find, if you go to All Saints Catholic School on Facebook, you'll find a link to order tickets and all that stuff right there. Also happening that same weekend on Sunday, February 27th, the next day, the Historical Society for Southeast New Mexico will be hosting a book signing and short presentation with Donna Blake Burchell. She's going to be there with her latest book, her new book, which is called New Mexico Ghost Towns. She'll be doing a short presentation about the book. She'll also be doing a book signing there. And I believe John LeMay will also be there signing books, his own books. And, I don't think he'll be signing Donna's. I'm sure you ask, they would, but a little weird. But anyway, he's there signing books as well and chit-chat with him. So that's going to be from 2 to 3:30 p.m. at the Archives facility on Lee there, 208 North Lee. And it'll be Sunday, February 27th for that. And then that same day at 3 o'clock, I'd also like to put on the radar my American Legion Post 61 family. We'll be doing our annual presentation of the Four Chaplains ceremony. It is a very moving ceremony, and it's something that the American Legion has adopted to raise awareness for these four chaplains, where their brave and courageous acts on the USS Dorchester as it went down during the World War II era there. And these four chaplains basically sacrificed of themselves and got as many people off the ship safely while sacrificing, giving up their own life preservers and things to other sailors. So they went down with the ship while saving countless lives, doing what they do as chaplains. And they weren't eligible for the Medal of Honor, so they've been presented with a special award. But anyway, American Legion, the event took place in February. So every year, American Legions posts across the country go and raise awareness by telling folks the ceremony. But anyway, our Post 61 family will be doing that for chaplain ceremony on February 27th, 3 p.m. at First United Methodist Church there on Pennsylvania. It's a free event, doesn't cost anything, takes about 45 minutes, and would love to have folks come out and be a part of it if you are able to. And, of course, if you want to learn more about American Legion stuff, we'll be happy to talk to you about that. But no obligation to do that as well. So, but love to have you do that. So that's just three events right off the top that are coming up in the coming weeks here. Tomorrow, do not forget, tomorrow is the grand opening of the South Main McDonald's. Beginning at 10 a.m. tomorrow, the South Main McDonald's will be open for business. They'll open at 10 a.m., starting with the lunch menu. That's when they'll start tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., and it'll be the lunch menu. Of course, you can come on out, visit. I believe they're going to have the ribbon cutting, and they're going to, welcome the new McDonald's to our Roswell community here. But 10 a.m. tomorrow, and then they'll open normal hours Saturday morning with the full breakfast menu and everything, their normal business hours. But grand opening of the South Main McDonald's will happen tomorrow at 10 a.m., and it's on South Main, same location as the previous South Main McDonald's, just newer, bigger, better, faster, stronger. Come see it, the new playland, the whole bit. And they're ready to serve you and take care of you beginning 10 a.m. tomorrow. So that's pretty cool. I know people have been waiting a long time for that South Main McDonald's, and we finally get a chance to do that. So good deal. We're happy about that. And maybe tomorrow you can get him to talk about breakfast fish sandwich, start that trend. Keep working that going. Let's see. Any blood drives coming up we want to let folks know about? Yeah, here we go. If you would like to donate blood in the month of February, for folks here in Roswell, you've got one more opportunity in the month of February. Today's what? The 17th? Actually, I take that back. You have two more opportunities in the month of February. One will be tomorrow, Friday, the 18th, from 9 a.m. to 12:30. They're going to be at Eastern New Mexico Medical Center in the Mesquite Room doing a blood drive there. So if you'd like to donate blood, you can get on that list tomorrow. If that doesn't work for you, the Vitalant office will be hosting a blood drive on the 22nd next week from 10 a.m. to 1:30, and that'll be at the Vitalant office there over by Loveless Hospital. If you'd like to get in on either the blood drive at Eastern New Mexico Medical Center tomorrow or at the Vitalant office next week, call or text Stephanie with Vitalant at 575-840-8178. Again, that's 575-840-8178, and she'll get you on the list there and get you all set up. And if you've never donated blood before, she can give you the link to the website where you can pre-register and answer some of the questions and all the things. So basically, when you show up to donate blood, it's just take your blood pressure and get you going, get you donating, and make that happen so you're in and out and doesn't eat up time and all that good stuff. But it's really one of the easiest things you can do to give back that requires the least amount of time and effort on your part that has the biggest impact on someone's life. You're just going to show up, let them draw some blood out of you. You sit there, relax for half hour, however long it takes. Then they feed you with snacks and drinks and things, get your blood sugar back up, and then send you on your way. And you just saved a life doing that. It took you 40 minutes. And then they usually give you swag and stuff depending on who's doing the blood drive. Sometimes I know, like when the Historical Society does theirs, but who have you to sign up when they do? They just had one, but whenever they have one, they usually give away all kinds of goodies and stuff. But on top of that, you're saving people's lives. Like a week later, that blood is going into someone here in New Mexico, saving their life. If you've never donated before, it's really easy. And if you have the rare blood types, the O's and things like that, they're always in demand. They're looking for all blood types, but those O's and the ones that are universal, they really could use those because that's the ones for emergencies when they don't really have time to find out what blood types are. They just grab the universal ones so they can get it into the patient as fast as possible. So you're very much in demand if you've got those universal blood types. But if you don't know your blood type, you'll find out, by the way. First time you donate blood, they tell you. I learned mine in the military. I'm A positive. which is also my wife's blood type, which is the reason why I married her. Yeah, that's the only reason, because she had the same blood. You never know when you're going to need it. I'm just kidding. But it was a perk. I keyed, of course. All right, it is 7:35. Let's go ahead and pause for some local news. Your Kim Commando update. We'll be back. I have not heard it back from any of our legislators yet, so I'll let you know if I do. Stay tuned. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Now for your Pecos Valley News Update. I'm Jared Cirillo. We have a reminder that there is a federal holiday next week, so many city, county, and state offices will be closed. Monday, February 21st, is President's Day. Closures include the Roswell Public Library, Roswell Museum, and Roswell Adult Center, the Roswell Recreation and Aquatic Center, Spring River Zoo, and Roswell Visitor Center will all be open on Monday. And we have a missing persons report to pass along as well. Police in Lubbock, Texas say they're looking for a man named Freddie Clements who could be headed to the Roswell area. Clements suffers from a cognitive impairment, and police believe his disappearance poses a threat to his own health and safety. Clements is white, 75 years old, 6 feet 1 inch tall, and gray hair and green eyes. He was last seen wearing a white or light gray plaid shirt, a red jacket, and blue jeans. He could also be driving his white 2008 Hyundai Accent with a Texas tag of HJJ 4191. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
As you're getting your taxes together, if you're buying, selling, trading, or investing in cryptocurrency, the IRS wants to know. I'm Kim Commando, brought to you by T-Mobile. Their advanced network now goes farther than ever before. Visit T-Mobile.com/55 today. The great attraction to cryptocurrency is its anonymity. Cryptocurrency users can buy or sell, and usually no one knows about the transaction until now. This year, the IRS wants everyone filing return to include their cryptocurrency activities. If you made money with Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency, or even those non-fungible tokens, you're required to divulge that information to the government. And know this, the rules are different than the ones covering profits and losses with stocks and bonds. The IRS treats cryptocurrency like property, and property is subject to capital gains taxes. So what if you just don't report your cryptocurrency activity? Well, that would be tax fraud, and you don't want to go there. Get breaking tech news at commando.com. I know we probably have a lot of entrepreneurs and small business owners listening right this very second. The Commando community is a hardworking group, so today I want to share a tip that will help your business run even more efficiently. Are you ready? Ditch the laser printer and get an Epson EcoTank Pro. This durable printer is my top pick for small businesses. No more being stingy with your marketing materials or the beautiful project plans you've cooked up. The EcoTank Pro uses big ink tanks and comes with a ridiculous amount of ink, so you can print in vibrant color without ever buying pricey toner cartridges again. Spend that money on something else to power your business. Maybe a nice espresso machine. Employ indoor skydiving. Schedule a brainstorm. The Epson EcoTank Pro. Just fill and chill. Pick up your EcoTank Pro at Best Buy, Office Depot, Office Max Staples, and at Epson.com/EcoTankKim.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Slugs have 4 noses, but no fingers to pick them. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 38 minutes after 7 o'clock. Let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Things will be nice today, except for the gusty wind. That'll be continuing at up to about 30 miles an hour, but that low and cold front are moving out of our area. This afternoon's high in the upper 40s to low 50s. Clear and cold for the overnight hours. We'll drop into the low 20s, and then warming up tomorrow, back up to 60 and sunny. We're in the mid-60s and fair for the weekend. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 33 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 52%. Still says winds are out of the north at 21 miles per hour. For today, partly cloudy. Not as warm as our previous days here. High of only 45 expected. And mainly because of all that wind we got yesterday and are getting right now. Winds will be out of the north, 15 to 20, gusting as high as 30 miles per hour this morning. We're going to see those winds decrease down 10 to 15 miles per hour this afternoon. Tonight, mostly clear with an overnight low of 22. Winds will be out of the northeast at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, we're back up with a high of around 60 under sunny skies with south winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday night, skies will be mostly clear with an overnight low of 25 degrees, south winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then looking at your weekend, sunny and 64 for your Saturday. Southwest winds 5 to 10 in the AM, 10 to 15 miles per hour for the afternoon. And then we'll be back up into the mid-70s and sunny on Sunday. So a little cooler today, but things gradually warm up, leading up to a nice, beautiful mid-70s sunny day on Sunday. So it's all, after today, it's all warmer from here for a little bit. So be happy with that. 7:40. So I was looking online. Apparently, the L.A. Rams had their Super Bowl parade, I guess, downtown Los Angeles yesterday, marking their Super Bowl win, as Super Bowl champion teams usually do. They have a big parade honoring the team as it goes through the city. And I saw a few photos from the event. And not that I needed confirmation of this, but defensive stud Aaron Donald, plays for the Rams, by the way. He's a beast. Obviously, arguably best defensive player in the game. But he was running around shirtless in that parade yesterday. And, oh my goodness, he's cut. Like, they have a picture of him just sitting there on a bus or whatever it is, and he's got this big chain on, and he's just jacked. Like he's got like a 27 pack for abs. His arms are as big as my thigh muscle. It's all muscle. He's just, now granted, yes, he's a defensive lineman in the National Football League. He's probably top peak physical shape, but yeah, he was letting people know he brought the gun show to the Rams parade yesterday, and I'm guessing the fans did not disappoint. Do I have a man crush? Maybe. I don't know. I'm just looking at these pictures of Aaron Donald online, and he does look svelte. He does look. He's a handsome lad. I'll tell you that. I'm a bit envious of his musculature. But, his paycheck be pretty nice, too. But, But he's looking cut. He's looking good. So, this one's out in the distance, but I do want to put this on your calendar here. Grace Community Church and Roswell Celebrate Recovery would love to invite folks out to a night of hope and inspiration with Hosanna Wong. She will be at Grace Community Church on Saturday, April 2nd at 4 p.m., it's a free event, and she will be there preaching her testimony and inspiring and hopefully giving inspiration to others. But if you'd love to be a part of it, it's completely free. Just come on out. It's Saturday, April 2nd, 4 p.m. at Grace Community Church, a night of hope and inspiration with Hosanna Wong. So just want to put that on your radar as well, too, there. But we'll remind you as we get a little closer to that event. And all that. Don't forget, early voting is going on. County building, City Hall, all of that. Don't forget, Election Day is March 1st, and there'll be, I believe, 11, off the top of my head, 11 voting convenience centers on March 1st, Election Day, that you can vote at. Please get on the stick. It's getting hot and heavy out there. I'm seeing more and more to and fro and back and forth going on social media. Some major players in our Roswell community sharing their thoughts back and forth. It's getting quite interesting. Do your research, but also, go to sources you trust when it comes to gathering information, too. I would, offer things like the Leadership Roswell Alumni Association Candidate Forum, various things like that. There you get some great information. Be careful when you search for information on social media, because even though you may get information you're looking for, it may not be correct or good, well-sourced, or, well, accurate. It just may be flat out wrong. Because, you know, in case you haven't heard, social media is kind of the Wild West of everything people say do, and you can't use it as a source for good information without at least verifying it on 10 other things of sources. So just all I ask is be educated. There's a lot of noise being made. Try to cut through the noise and see what you really believe in and pick the things and the people that you believe align up with the things you believe in. Do that, and then you'll be just fine. All right, 7:45. Let's go ahead and pause for our Chaves County Sports Update with Eric Butler, your Wall Street Business Update as well, and a quick break. We'll be back on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
It's time for the Chaves County Sports Report. State swimming started yesterday in Albuquerque, the state championships, and it was for the boys. The girls will be on Saturday, but for the boys, you've got Marcos Ramos, a junior from NMMI, competing, and he did pretty well. He was 6th overall in the 200 individual medley, and he was 8th overall in the 100-yard butterfly. That means he made the finals in both events. Terrific job, Marco. His teammate Lorenzo Cepeda also finished 16th in the 50 freestyle. You've got state wrestling starting tomorrow and Saturday. Tomorrow will be Class 3A and 4A. Of course, that includes Roswell and Goddard wrestlers. And then on Saturday, you've got 5A and the girls competition. The girls bracket will go on Saturday at the Rio Rancho Event Center. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. Former U.S. Interior Secretary Ryan Zinke misused his position to advance a development project in his Montana hometown and lied to an agency ethics official about his involvement. That's according to a report from federal investigators. The investigation by the Interior Department's Inspector General found that Zinke continued working with the foundation on the commercial project in the community of Whitefish, Montana, even after he committed upon taking office to breaking ties with the foundation. Inflation in the United Kingdom has risen at the fastest rate in almost 30 years, as increased costs for energy, housing, and transportation squeezed household budgets. UK consumers are reeling from a surge in utility bills, fueled by increased demand for energy worldwide. On Wall Street, the Dow down 54 points, the Nasdaq down 15, and the S&P 500 gained 4. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Honey, did you see the story in the Roswell paper recently about how Dennis Kintai and the city council want to spend $61 million on new baseball fields?
Yep, talk about out-of-control spending.
Yeah, they say it's a field of dreams, more like field of debt.
Definitely. Kintai and the council don't have their priorities straight. Remember, they wanted to spend $35 million on a new public safety complex. Thank goodness over 80% of voters rejected that boondoggle.
And meanwhile, crime has gone up drastically over Kintai's last 4 years in charge.
Yeah, and Roswell's roads are a mess. Have you seen the sorry state that streets like North Garden are in? Potholes everywhere.
That's why we need Tim Jennings for mayor. Tim will control spending, hire more police officers, and fix our roads.
Let's send a message to City Hall that Roswell can't afford to spend $61 million on building new baseball fields. Vote Tim Jennings for mayor.
Paid for by Tim Jennings for mayor.
Austin Industrial is currently seeking a janitorial staff position to work in the Holly Frontier Refinery. You will be responsible for cleaning and sanitizing offices, meeting rooms, bathrooms, kitchen and dining room, and public areas. No minimum education requirements are needed, no experience is required, and pay is $13.50 an hour for this full-time 40-hour-a-week position. Apply at austin-ind.com or call Miss Cookie Look at 832-657-3385. Austin Industrial is an equal employment opportunity employer.
Buying a good, clean, reliable pre-owned vehicle is just about the smartest thing you can do these days. But how do you know it's good, clean, and reliable? Well, just visit your friends at Roswell Ford. Here at the Tailgate Nation, we have over 100 outstanding pre-owned vehicles ready to serve you and your family for years to come. How do you know? Because we put everyone through a rigorous 139-point inspection, and we give you a 3-day money-back guarantee to be sure it's right. These are vehicles you'll be proud to own and thrilled to drive, like a 2015 Ford Fusion Hybrid for just $11,980, a 2017 Ford Escape for just $15,980, and a 2020 Ford Explorer XLT for just $39,980, plus about 100 more that are just as good. Sure, you can get a used car just about anywhere, but you'll only find a selection like this at Roswell Ford. So don't take chances. Come by and see us at Roswell Ford, the tailgate nation at the corner of 9th and Main.
Pecans are a big deal here in Chaves County. We have some of the biggest orchards in the country, and lots of us have pecan trees in our yards. Hi, this is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company. Whether you have one pecan tree or 1,000 of them, this time of year, every pecan tree needs fertilizer. So come see us at Roswell Seed Company, and we'll get you fixed up with the right fertilizer for your pecan trees, so that next year, your nuts will be big and beautiful. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
The University of New Mexico is committed to ensuring that residents of our state entering college for the first time can afford to pursue a bachelor's degree with the Lobo First Year Promise. Qualified first-time freshmen who have graduated from a New Mexico high school and have an annual family income of $50,000 or less will have base tuition and fees for full-time enrollment covered for the 22 to 23 academic year. Application deadline is March 1st. The Lobo First Year Promise at the University of New Mexico. Find out more at promise.unm.edu.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard has led to a lot of firsts for me. The education assistance I received made it possible for me to be the first person in my family to go to school and graduate debt-free. That education helped get me to the first day at my dream job, a job that I can still hold while I serve part-time. That job, plus the other benefits possible from the Army National Guard, helped me become a first-time homeowner. Also, part of my role as a National Guard soldier means I know that I can be one of the first to respond and help my community if disaster ever strikes. I'm extremely proud that I get to serve my community, and that first step I took by joining the Army National Guard has made all the difference in my life. Talk to your local recruiter or visit NationalGuard.com to find out what firsts are available to you in the Army National Guard.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard, aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Sigmund Freud once believed that cocaine could be used to help treat a morphine addiction. Mike used bacon to get over his addiction to beef. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is closing on 7:52. So I just saw something online that it kind of fascinates me just because of what I did in a prior life. But I want to get Tanner and or Sean in here because I want to see their opinion on it because this is very sci-fi-y. And so in a prior life, I was in the United States Air Force. And what I did for a living was I was a bomb loader. I loaded bombs on the stealth fighter. That was my job during, I was a 3-man. I handled the bomb lift truck, and that's what my job was in the Air Force. So anyway, I'm watching a video on Facebook, and it's a guy, and this is very aliens/Edge of Tomorrow, this technology. So they've got a guy in basically some kind of hydraulic suit, okay?
Okay.
And he's loading missiles by himself. Normally that's a 2-person job because we'd hand load it missiles, air-to-air missiles.
Wow.
Yeah, you're on. And so
they have that now. They're getting there.
Well, look at this. I want you to see this video.
It's actually kind of scary, but kind of cool at the same time.
Tell me that doesn't look like Edge of Tomorrow or Aliens.
You want me to turn the volume up or no?
Oh, no, you don't have to. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's just get the visual of this guy loading.
Yeah,
basically
this thing's a giant pipe. It's a missile.
Yeah, that's an AIM-9. It looks like an AIM-9 Sidewinder. So it is.
And yeah, he's definitely picking it up by himself.
Yeah, he's doing it.
Effortlessly.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
They're building exoskeletons like that.
Yeah, I think the deal though is we're not there where it's efficient yet.
Well, I mean, at least for just like, and you could do this. You could sell this thing, to consumers too, not just to the military.
Yeah.
It's just for general heavy lifting, and as long as you're not under pressure.
Yeah, I could see
I think just like on base or whatever.
Yeah.
I think it looks pretty simple.
I think it would be perfect for this, but the application which they're trying to show us now, loading the missile, I think
it needs to be quicker.
Exactly, and that's what I mean, because right now we load in 3-man crew, in a 3-person crew. Generally, 2 people load that missile. They'll pick one will be in the front, one will be in they basically lift it up and lock it in. That's how it's, if it's a wing one or a pylon.
In a combat situation, I think it should still be 3 people, but like at least if you're just trying to transport just here and there.
Yeah.
I'd say go for it.
Well, even transporting, we can do it faster. On the bomb lift trucks, I'm sure they go faster and whatever. You can walk that thing. But I guess my question is, how long does it take for that guy to get into it? Like, does it take 4 people to get that guy into that suit, or can he just
That's fair too.
Jump into it real quick and go? Because if he can jump in it real quick and go, then I could see, but till they get to that point, otherwise, if they've got to have a 6-man crew to load this guy into it, I mean, that's just not efficient. You just take those 2 guys, boom, 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 and you're on your day.
If the point of the skeleton is to have efficiency, then
you
need to get to that point.
That being said, I also get that this is early technology. This is like the first waves. This is your let's say your first generation smartphone, your BlackBerry, your Palm Pilot or
like
Tree
I said,
or whatever.
I think if you released it commercially, I think it would be something that people could experiment and use, because I think at least just being able to lift heavy stuff by yourself.
Yeah.
I think would benefit a lot of people, even if it's not efficient for the military yet. It would definitely help consumers.
And see, the one in the video looks to me much more like, if you've seen the Edge of Tomorrow movie, it
looks like that.
It's closer to that one, but it's conceptually like the Aliens, the one with Sigourney Weaver, where she kills the alien with the big lift truck robot thing. Remember? Spoiler if you hadn't seen that part. But in Aliens 2, she has that big forklift robot thing she climbs in. It's kind of like this thing, but bigger.
It looks a little faster.
Yeah. Well, that one was much more hulky. It looked like a big piece of construction equipment. This is more body size,
Yeah.
Hers, it was almost like you remember, was it the second Iron Man?
Yeah.
Where they had the bad guy get into the big, huge Iron Man suit, and how big or was that the first one?
That was the first one.
That was the first one. Well, it was about that size. Yeah. So, I don't know. I just saw that, and I was like, that's very interesting. I'd like to see. Now, granted, they can only do that with missiles right now, because I don't see them doing that with a bomb. And my point is, because say a 2,000-pound bomb is a lot thicker than that missile was. Like, that missile is only, about 4-inch pipe, maybe. If you took like a pipe size, it'd be maybe a 4-inch pipe, or a 2,000-pound bomb, it's got a circumference about the size of a truck tire.
Well, they need to make it to where the hands aren't claws. And I'm
sure you could do different adjustments, like a slider or something you can strap in, or maybe a locking mechanism where it's a close thing, but it kind of hooks around it. Yeah, especially if you're dealing with explosives. If you're moving explosives around, that's a little different than moving Coke bottles or something. You know what I mean? You drop one of those, that's a bad day. A Coke bottle drops. I mean, it sucks, but it ain't gonna kill nobody.
Unless you put a bunch of Mentos in it.
So I'm assuming that bomb or the missile in that video is probably inert, or I didn't see any color coding on it.
No.
Tell me anything.
It looked like a pipe.
Yeah, I think they just cut it up to look like a missile, kind of like a cheapened AIM-9 mock-up type thing.
Yeah, they're saying this is what it could do.
Yeah, because there's no blue or yellow stripes or anything indicating its liveness or inertness of what it is.
Yeah.
So that's how we learn when in the military. It's people with munitions who deal with ammo and stuff. Same thing. It's all color coded based on what it does. If we see a yellow ring around the munition, it means it's live. If it's a blue ring, that means it's inert. And then if they'll use various colors, red, and that'll tell you if it's like incendiary or high explosive or whatever, or whatever the thing that makes it go boom inside is. So
is there a purple?
Maybe, but I don't recall seeing one. But that doesn't mean there isn't one. They, depending on the different. Because I didn't deal with every type of explosive out there. You know, I was on a stealth, so I dealt mostly with laser-guided bombs. Rarely dealt with air-to-air munitions and things like that. So, but we'll see. I'm curious to see if that takes off more. I'd be like, the Navy could really use that because Navy loads planes different than the Air Force does. They're on aircraft carriers and they don't have lift trucks. They load everything by hand.
Definitely be a use for it.
Yeah,
we're not there yet.
Navy loads everything by hand, where Air Force we use equipment to help us do that stuff. But they just muscle it up there a lot of times. I'm glad I did it in the Air Force and not the Navy. I work smarter, not harder, brother. That's how we roll. All right, it's 8 o'clock. We got to get you into some news. We'll be back on the other side. Juanita Jennings, Public Affairs Director for the City of Roswell, will join us next hour. We'll be back on the other side. Don't go away.
Your home for Sean Hannity in Roswell. 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. President Biden says he fully expects Russia to invade Ukraine and to do so soon.
My sense this will happen in the next several days.
In the next several days, according to the president, the BBC's Jonathan Beale covering a NATO defense ministers meeting in Brussels.
It's clear that none of them believe at the moment that Russia has withdrawn its forces as Russia has claimed. And in fact, just speaking to the UK Defence Secretary Ben Wallace, he said that all the evidence was that they were building up their forces. He said up to 7,000 more troops on the border with Ukraine in the last 48 hours, that Russia had been seen building a military bridge near the border with Ukraine in Belarus, where they're conducting exercises at the moment. And yesterday there was a stark sort of warning from Jens Stoltenberg, NATO Secretary General, saying that the danger is Russia using military force to get its objectives may be the new normal in Europe.
A police crackdown on protesting truckers. They parked their big rigs outside the Canadian Parliament in Ottawa could come at any time. Police threaten to arrest those who will not leave and have their trucks towed. Still, the truckers protesting COVID mandates and restrictions remain defiant, and they remain on Parliament Hill, where fencing is going up, and police seem to be out in larger numbers than usual. Up to 8 inches of snow could fall today from the south central plains to the Great Lakes.
The snowfall threat will extend from generally areas of northern Oklahoma, eastern Kansas. We're talking about much of Missouri, Illinois, and northern Indiana, and also even into parts of southern Michigan for the swath of heaviest snowfall.
Andrew Orison at the National Weather Service. The number of people applying for unemployment rose last week following several weeks of decline. On Wall Street, the Dow down 456 points. The NASDAQ is off 185. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Your pets have the same energy they used to? Do they have problems with itching, scratching, a dull coat, or goopy ears? Then your pets need Dinovite.
DINOVITE.com.
For over 20 years, pet owners have trusted Dinovite to supplement their pet's diet.
We started Dinovite, and in our first box, we noticed a difference.
Dinovite is an all-natural daily supplement made from whole foods that help support your pet's immune system, digestion, skin, and coat.
Within 3 weeks, he's not scratching and itching, and he's an all-around happier dog.
Today's commercial pet foods are processed at high temperatures, which bakes out all the essential goodness. These processed foods can lack the essential vitamins, enzymes, and probiotics that contribute to overall good health. Adding a scoop of Dinovite to your pet's food bowl is the answer.
If you love your pets as much as I do, you'll want to do what's best for them to live long, healthy, happy lives. I have 2 cats and 2 dogs. All 4 of them are on the Dinovite.
You won't believe how happy your dog will be.
DINOVITE.com.
A 45-year-old German man has been convicted of negligent homicide, handed a 2-year suspended sentence for crashing his car into a group of pedestrians in the center of Berlin several years ago, killing 4 people. The victims, a 3-year-old boy, his 64-year-old grandmother, and a couple in their late 20s from Spain and Britain. Rio de Janeiro state government confirms 94 deaths from floods and mudslides that swept away homes and cars in the city of Petropolis. But even as families prepare to bury their dead, it's still not clear how many bodies remain trapped in the mud. More than 24 hours after the deadly deluge, survivors are digging to find lost loved ones. Rio de Janeiro's public prosecutor's office has a list of 35 people yet to be located. Footage on social media shows torrents dragging away cars and houses and water swirling through the city. Breaking news and analysis at townhall.com. Canada overpowers Team USA in the women's hockey gold medal game in Beijing.
It's a silver medal for the USA women's hockey team, which comes up short against its neighbors to the north. The Canadians take home the gold with a 3-2 win. Hillary Knight and Amanda Kessel lit the lamp for the Americans, who trailed by 2 goals for most of the game. Freeski halfpipe qualifications have Team USA in good position to pick up even more medals. All 4 American men and 3 of the 4 American women qualified for their respective finals. And Team USA's women failed to make the podium in the Alpine combined. Michaela Schifrin finished 5th in the downhill portion, but wiped out and missed another gate in the slalom portion. I'm Denny Kopp.
A 30th Democrat incumbent in the House announcing that she will not seek re-election. New York Congresswoman Kathleen Rice's announcement following a wave of similar decisions by other House Democrats opting to run for another office or retire altogether. Yet on Wall Street, the Dow down 436. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The traveler said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
The Deuce.
Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Thursday, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to it. Close to the weekend.
Yeah. Shaped up to be quite a nice one, too.
Yeah.
Like, not today, but, the weekend.
Well, today's the one bad day. It's get cooler and everything, but it's starting to get nicer this, next couple days. Sunday is supposed to be like 74, 75.
Downright spring-like.
Yeah, so... Yeah, with like 60 tomorrow. So today's the only day we got the dip in the temps with the wind and all that.
You can tell it's cold because this is like the only time the entire year that my daughter doesn't actively want to go swimming. Like, because I suggested, I was like, do you want to go swimming? Just the other day, just at random. And she goes, no. Like, are you feeling okay?
She gave you the no, like, you're crazy.
Yeah, because, her whole thing was, it didn't matter how cold it was, she was always down to go to the pool, down to go to the aquatic center, but... It's just too cold for even her to think about now.
Okay.
Even the thought of it.
How'd you do at the dance?
That was great.
Saturday.
That's right. I forgot you were out for a long time. Yeah, it was a good dance. It was a good time.
Good.
She it was kind of reminiscent of my prom though, high school prom, because I took a date to the prom.
Yeah.
And my date proceeded to basically go and hang out with her friends the entire time.
Oh dang!
Yeah.
You get ghosted by your daughter.
I got ghosted. Yeah, because a bunch of her friends came with their dads, and so she ran off with them. And I'm just standing by the snack table.
So did the dads hang out?
Picking through the Gardettos. Yeah, I was hanging out with it was me, Will, Aaron, and so we were hanging out, and the girls were all kind of doing their thing. So.
I got you. So the dad's looking stag in the corner, just scoping the room,
slowly stirring a glass of punch.
Ladies,
wallflowering it up.
Waiting for the slow dance to come on so they could ask their partner to dance. Everyone's standing in the corners and the walls, and everyone's scared to dance till the slow song comes on. Then someone gets the gumption to get out there, and then the rest move.
The one thing I will say, and I don't think anybody notices this except for someone like me. It's the exact same playlist that they had last year.
Oh.
And I know that because it went from they grouped all of the like instruction dances all together. So it was like YMCA, Cupid Shuffle, Cha Cha Slide, and then Hokey Pokey. That's where I realized this is the same thing as last year, because they had Hokey Pokey last year too.
What about Chicken Dance?
Chicken Dance was actually like right after that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was like all like right there in that little group. I'm like, this is the same playlist we had last year.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying.
In all fairness,
songs in there.
there's only so many of those songs out there to get people moving that kids would be into, and to be honest, adults, because a lot of adults won't dance. Like, all right, come do the chicken dance, okay, and they'll stand there and and all that mess.
Yeah,
even me. But
and yeah, there's only a certain number of those dances, but then there's like the slow songs were the same. So there's a whole world of music out there.
Well,
could explore a little bit,
Well, maybe next year they'll add a few. But I'm glad you had a good time. At least.
Oh, it was great. Yeah,
had
a blast.
Sorry, I got ghosted.
Yeah, it was tough. But I was a ride home, so she had to find me eventually.
Well, it's always fun though to get you at least dance with your daughter.
Mm-hmm. I did. Yeah, dance, twirl her around a little bit. And, yeah,
she stand on your shoes and dance.
You know what? I was thinking about that about doing that, but I don't think she would be able to balance herself. Plus, I mean. She's bigger now. I don't think it would work as well.
She is, she might, she is a little bit bigger, taller.
I wouldn't be able to move my feet, basically.
Sean just like, what?
We're just gonna stand here and just move the hips.
We'll sway back and forth.
There you go. We're just gonna do some swaying.
I'm glad everybody had a good time. She had a good time, right? That's all that matters. That's the important thing.
Made some memories. It was good.
Good deal. Well, have to wait till next year if you want to. But they do it every year. The city's been doing that. The daddy-daughter dance right around the Valentine's Day celebration there. So
I'm waiting for the mother-son shuffle. It's like you guys that moms and sons need their own dance.
That's a good idea. I think they should have a mom-son dance.
Sons, ask mom. Yeah. It's that's kind of the whole thing about the daddy-daughter dances. I went up to. Because of the time she was at mom's house, so I went up and I knocked on the door and I gave her a balloon and
promposal kind of thing.
Asked her if she would go to the dance with me, and then Saturday night I dropped the kids off at grandma's house because Hunter was staying with grandma, and then I drove around the block, went back and then knocked on the door.
Okay.
So did the whole pickup thing. So
nice.
It was very cool.
Made it a formal official thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like doing that. That's what you treat them special. Maybe take them to a place to eat before or after they a little more fancier than what they're normally going to,
Yeah.
Upscaled, level for McDonald's.
Why don't you supersize them fries for the little lady? That's the thing though. We couldn't go upscale because that's her choice. That's what she would want. McDonald's or pizza, basically. Yeah. So I guess pizza would be the upswing.
Yeah, well, maybe you'd be like, all right, we're gonna get you the expensive toppings that you don't want nothing to do with.
Right.
What if you made a pizza that has all the weird things she loves on it? Like chicken, like McDonald's chicken nuggets,
Cheez-Its,
whatever. Yeah,
Oreos.
mac and cheese or something.
That'd be maybe an interesting pie.
Keep the sweet off, but the savory, maybe.
Yeah. It's possible.
Now that I think about it, I'd try it. Like a pizza with chicken nuggets and mac and cheese on it. I'm pretty sure I'd try it.
I don't know, man.
I'd try it. Why not?
That's a stretch. And mac and cheese is one of those things too. It's like the fancier you get with it, the worse it is for me. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Fancy, the oven baked.
Get the Kraft mac and cheese and throw it on there.
That's the good stuff.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
So maybe I'd have to experiment with it. I do want to get her involved in the kitchen more, with some recipes and stuff.
How do you feel about Velveeta? The Velveeta shells.
Could take it or leave it. I mean, as far as the shells and cheese,
that's not really fancy.
It's not, but
it is a little bit more cheesy than
the problem I have
mac and
with
cheese.
the sauce and just in general the sauces that come in the pouch.
Yeah,
that you squeeze out,
the liquefied. Yeah,
that stuff. It dries out like that.
Yeah,
it dries out super quick.
Yeah,
and then it's just I don't know, it's gummy. I don't like it.
I'm not sure if Kraft still has it, but they had it for a little bit like that.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Kraft does. Velveeta. Walk down the mac and cheese aisle. You're going to have an eye-opening experience. Cheetos has a mac and cheese now.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't tried it. Cheetos?
They have the Flamin' Hot and then the regular version. I haven't tried it, but I'm intrigued.
I am too, but don't go mess with my mac and cheese.
Don't go messing with my noodles.
Yeah, that's like, you nailed it. Don't go messing with it any. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, I got to be honest. If I would say the same of Oreo if they didn't do such an amazing job with flavors.
Right.
Because the original Oreo,
the OG,
is perfection.
It is. It really it's got just the right combination of everything.
Yeah.
But you start adding more stuff to it.
But I ain't gonna lie. Every time Oreos comes up with a new flavor, even if flavors I'm nervous about, I'm like, you know what? That's not bad. Like, even like the watermelon ones. Remember those when they came out? I was like, there's no way these are going to be good. This is going to be just revolting. And I was like...
Yeah, they pulled it off.
It was all right. You know?
They pulled it off. Gotta give it to them.
So, I mean, I that doesn't support my argument, but I don't like you messing with my Kraft mac and cheese.
Right.
You know, leave that alone. Don't.
Don't alter the blue box.
The only thing that made me happy was you added the family size box, which now I because a regular box in my fatness left to my own devices, I'll eat it all myself. My fatness will eat that whole box by myself.
What makes me laugh is they upgraded the family size, and then they decided that's not enough. So now we're going to do party size.
Ooh, there's a party size
now?
In
case you want to be the size of an entire party.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. So it's a whole extra row of cookies. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. And they usually go, like Oreo goes small on their specialty ones. Usually they go the smaller package.
Yeah. Like for the fancy flavors.
I thought you were saying Kraft has a party size.
No, they should, though.
The mac and cheese party. I was like, a family size and a party size?
Just a mac and cheese keg.
Because I'm like, wow, because like you have to get the big pot for the family size mac and cheese. The little pot won't do her.
No.
I always hate to worry what the party size would, like, what do I need to get, like, the pot I make
a
spaghetti or
pot.
chili in or something big, you know, a quart, with a couple quart pot jobber there.
Massive pan, yeah. But yeah, I'd be willing to try different things on pizzas. I don't know that she would be willing to try those things, but roll the dice and see what happens.
Yeah. I could see putting, like, I just bagged on Flamin' Hot Cheetos, but that as a pizza topping?
That might actually work as a pizza topping.
Yeah.
I feel like. Especially if you like ground it up and then just use the dust.
My only problem with that is they're putting Cheetos on everything. And I don't want to join that bandwagon.
Did you ever try, they had them at Burger King for a while, a few years ago, the mac and Cheetos?
I did try those.
What'd you think?
It was a neat gimmick.
It was. I loved them. I thought they were great. It's like
it was okay.
It's macaroni and cheese inside of a Cheetos flavored shell. It was fantastic and deep fried. It's like all my favorite things.
It's like a fried cheese stick on steroids, basically. Yeah, it was good. It was a novelty though. It was like I'm good. I had it. I would not crave these all the time.
I just feel like the CEO of BK was just like, let's do one for Sean.
Yeah.
let's just do one limited run just for Sean.
Yeah. You know what I did like that made me happy? Okay, very cool. Was I found, and it was in like a frozen food section. It was onion rings that were stuffed with cheese and bacon.
What?
Like it was like an onion ring, but it hollowed it out, and they filled it with cheese and bacon, and then it had the crumble, and then you put it in the toast oven for like 15 minutes or whatever, and Viola, you got onion rings.
Yeah, that actually sounds decent.
They were tasty. I ain't gonna lie. I don't think they're healthy.
Well, yeah, but at that point, you're not. Anything that says line a cookie sheet with foil and then bake for or put in the oven, you're probably throwing health out the window.
Yeah. So I did like them. I haven't seen them in a while, but I do like them here. And let me give you the rundown for this hour of the show. We're going to get you up to date with the weather here in just a few minutes. Then here after our commercial break and everything, Johnny Lujan will be joining us from the city of Roswell. He's going to be filling in for Public Affairs Director Juanita Jennings. I know he's the guy that makes all the videos and everything. I don't know what Johnny's official title is with the city, but I know he's the man behind all of the, like the videos and the things you see online. And then I'm also learning as we speak, Sarah Bradley, marketing coordinator, will join Johnny here in just a few minutes. So Sarah and Johnny will join us, and we'll get an update on things happening around the city from them. Later on in the hour, we'll get you up to date with local news, along with your town hall, Wall Street update, and whatever else we can come up with for this hour of the show. Before we do anything else, let's go ahead and take a look at that weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Things will be nice today except for the gusty wind. That'll be continuing at up to about 30 miles an hour, but that low and cold front are moving out of our area. This afternoon's high in the upper 40s to low 50s. Clear and cold for the overnight hours. Will drop into the low 20s and then warming up tomorrow. Back up to 60 and sunny. We're in the mid 60s and fair for the weekend. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 35 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 48%. Winds still out of the northeast at 22, gusting to 30 miles per hour. Partly cloudy for today, cooler, high of only 45 expected. Winds are going to be breezy this morning, out of the north 15 to 20, but later today the winds will diminish down 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear with an overnight low of 22 degrees. Winds will be out of the east at around 5 miles per hour. For you Friday, warming back up a little bit. Sunny skies, highs near 60 tomorrow with south winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday night, skies will be clear. Looking at an overnight low of 25 with south winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then Saturday, we're going to be back into the mid-60s, 64. Southwest winds 5 to 10. And then it looks like 15 to 20 for the afternoon. It's a little breezy for Saturday. And then Sunday, we're back up into the mid-70s, sunny and 74 for a high. And then for President's Day Monday, we'll also be in the low 70s, sunny 72, but they use the term breezy. So we'll see how that all shapes up. All right, it is 20 minutes after 8 o'clock. We're going to take a commercial break, and then we'll have the folks here from the city. We'll talk city here on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Honey, did you see the story in the Roswell paper recently about how Dennis Kintai and the city council want to spend $61 million on new baseball fields?
Yep, talk about out-of-control spending.
Yeah, they say it's a field of dreams, more like field of debt.
Definitely. Kintai and the council don't have their priorities straight. Remember, they wanted to spend $35 million on a new public safety complex. Thank goodness over 80% of voters rejected that boondoggle.
And meanwhile, crime has gone up drastically over Kintai's last 4 years in charge.
Yeah, and Roswell's roads are a mess. Have you seen the sorry state that streets like North Garden are in? Potholes everywhere.
That's why we need Tim Jennings for mayor. Tim will control spending, hire more police officers, and fix our roads.
Let's send a message to City Hall that Roswell can't afford to spend $61 million on building new baseball fields. Vote Tim Jennings for mayor.
Paid for by Tim Jennings for mayor.
I've heard it said, speaking my mind is easy, speaking it tactfully, not so much. Hi, this is Pastor Troy and Julie Smotherman for The Joy of Marriage.
Proverbs 15:15 says, a gentle answer deflects anger, but harsh words make tempers flare. Sometimes my greatest accomplishment is keeping my mouth shut. There are times when we argue that it would be easy to lash out. So I have a choice to make. I can either feed the fire or quench it with my words.
Julie and I have learned there's going to be arguments, but we've learned to fight and argue, not to be right, but to get the situation right.
So the next time you're in an argument, try saying something kind from a genuine heart to bring peace in your marriage.
If you have any questions or would like further information about the Joy of Marriage Ministry, please go to jomconference.com.
At LeGrand Funeral Chapel, we believe that every funeral should be a reflection of the life it honors. The joys, the triumphs, the faith, the family, and so much more. For us, no detail is too small, no request too big. This is Rosa Aguilar. When the time comes to choose a funeral home, we hope you'll let us serve your family. At LeGrand Funeral Chapel and Crematory, we make it personal.
A good night's sleep is so important. Did you know that proper sleep supports a healthy heart, decreases chances of weight gain, and boosts a positive mood? Hi, this is Dr. Sarah Usher with Carabelli Dental. It doesn't matter your age, sleeping issues can make any of us reach for that all-day cup of coffee. If you know you are not sleeping because of severe snoring or sleep apnea, come visit us. We can make you a small oral appliance that will help you sleep better and live better.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental at the corner of 9th and Main in Roswell or call 622-4455.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The Goodyear Rubber Company researched and concluded that shoes wear out faster on the right foot than on the left. To fix this, just walk backwards for half the day. Here's Mike Winters.
It's science. Give it a try. Good morning. It is 23 minutes after 8 o'clock. And joining us in studio this morning from the city of Roswell, Sarah Bradley, the marketing coordinator. That's your official title.
Yep.
And Johnny Lujan, which your title is it media director? What's the official title for Johnny Lujan?
It's kind of long. It's a multimedia producer, videographer, and film liaison.
There you go.
So,
I was like, he's like the media guy. It handles all the video. And so if you go to the city's website and you want to, meet some of the employees of the city or meet some of our city councilors or any of the videos that address, how to do various things around our community, Johnny had a hand in every one of those. That's what he does.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, since we're on the topic also, we just recently put out a call for action for actors. We're looking for a lot of actors to be in some more of our videos because we're doing so many of them. We're kind of running out of talent.
All right. So you want some new faces to brighten the... so is there any guidelines, any certain age groups, men, women? I mean, anything in particular?
Not at all. We're looking for all age brackets. We're looking for families. We're looking for individuals. And I mean, it's really a good...
Bilingual, a bonus or needed or any of that?
It really is. We haven't done any bilingual videos, which is a great opportunity right now.
All right. Yeah. I'll just put Mike thought of this. Just kidding. But so if you'd love to do this, and who knows, maybe you're pursuing an acting career and looking to do something or maybe you're young and you want to see if this is the kind of stuff you're into, then maybe do this with the city and get a couple opportunities to see what it's like. And then if that turns out what you want to do, there's a lot of, you can go down to the college here. Johnny could point them out to places that you want to pursue an education in that field to help out there.
Definitely. There's always a way, especially for, like you mentioned, the people who want to start an acting career.
Sure.
It's just like anything else. You have to dig before you get paid. Mm-hmm. So this is a great opportunity to earn some chops, learn how set etiquette is, and then expand it. So
it's like any other. I mean, even I'm in radio here, but it's the same thing. You got to work your way up to it, and you don't just start out. Here you go. You're a show host, or you're a full on video producer. You gotta learn the craft. You gotta do the other ancillary parts of the job that aren't as sexy and fun, so you have a good understanding of the background. So when it is time, when you're the guy in charge or the one putting together the piece, you know it from every aspect, angle, and understand how every moving part works. And when you do give orders and things, you do it from a place of experience versus, I guess we should have one of those.
Right. Exactly. Spot on.
Very cool. But I guess, should they just apply through the city's website if they're interested?
Yes.
Or Workforce Connections, they have?
No, they go to the website. They can... It's actually, we have a link on the Facebook.
Okay.
But it sends you to our website.
Gotcha.
That actually is a lot of people were saying stuff about worried about their social security numbers.
That's where you enter the secure part of it.
Yeah, you don't do it on social media. That is a big no-no.
That's just the gateway to get you to the secure
exactly.
part. So it's and if you don't use social, if you're not a Facebook user or whatever, Roswell-nm.gov, you can go directly to the website. I think there's like an employment tab or something along those lines.
There's a search bar.
Click that, and that'll take you right to it. That'll show you every listing because the city's looking for more than just actors and things.
Correct.
They've got positions across almost every department. They're looking for folks there too. So reach out. That's a great way. And as you two can attest, working for the city is a pretty good thing. Benefits. As far as raising a family on it, that's a great vacation. You get all the bennies and all the great things that you really need to support a family.
Right.
And city provides all that. So
yes, it does.
If you're looking for career opportunities, apply within.
Yes.
I guess, do we want to talk about President's Day closings first, since that's coming up here in a few days? We do have a holiday on Monday with the President's Day celebration here. With that, some of our city services will be closed or on different hours that day. Things like the recreation center, library, stuff like that. You want to kind of give the rundown of some of those closures and things for President's Day?
Sure. So the Recreation and Aquatic Center, the zoo, the Visitor Center, they'll all be open still on the holiday.
Perfect.
I know the Roswell Daily Record did an article with some of the other locations. The library will be open as well.
Okay. So things.
Oh no,
that-
actually, I'm sorry. The library will be closed.
Got you. But the recreation aquatic center, the zoo, places
the
where
visitor center,
places where you can recreate or tour.
Right.
Though things you like to do on your day off, those will be available.
Right.
But,
Correct.
I'm assuming city government services, things like if you want to go pay your water bill directly, things like that, you probably couldn't do that on.
Correct.
Yeah, the city administration offices and stuff like that.
But you're more than welcome to do it online. Don't forget, you can pay
Correct,
your water
yes.
bill online, and you can do it in your pajamas or whatever. There's no law saying you got to be dressed for that. So, that's a convenient way to if you're looking for another option there too.
Yeah, the other big thing too about that is our transit will have different operation hours.
Okay,
Yes.
they usually run like a holiday schedule, which some of their routes, like they usually stick to like main streets and things. I think on those days, I don't
Correct.
know the whole.
And more than likely, the schedule will be up on the website as well as their Facebook page.
Okay,
Yeah.
Pecos Trails Transit
Yeah,
Facebook.
and they're real specific on their details. I think it's just like 9:08 a.m. to like 5:11 p.m.
Well, in
So-
their world, minutes matter.
Exactly.
It's kind of like the train industry. They got to be right on time there. And we have it some here on radio too with seconds and things. So I get it. It's like, oh yeah, bus will be by at 8:07, and you're like, okay, that's very specific.
That's like exactly
Like
specific.
if I'm here at 8:06 and it's not here, and then 8:08 it's not here, but 8:07 will be right here. Okay. But that's their world. That's how they
yes,
operate.
it is,
so.
man. Yes, it is.
But again, you go to the Pecos Trails Transit Facebook. They'll have an updated schedule of all the bus routes and times and everything there. So
Correct.
very good. Is there any other delays and closures we want to make sure we know about? Or
Not that I'm aware of.
I'm assuming is trash schedule moving to
Yes.
Yes,
holiday
because
schedule
of the
next
holiday.
week?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, just to make it easy for everybody, this is the easiest way to explain it. If your trash pickup days are normally Monday and Wednesday, next week it'll be Tuesday and Thursday, right? Or is it Tuesday and Wednesday?
I think it's Tuesday and Thursday.
Tuesday and Thursday. And then if
Yeah.
you're Tuesday and Friday, I think it's Wednesday, Saturday for your trash. So it's
Yes.
one day late
Right.
than it normally would be for your trash schedule there. And or do the other rule of thumb, just look at your neighbors. If they pull all their stuff out, maybe you want to get yours out.
Yeah.
Right. Follow the lead.
If you're like me, you just do it when your wife tells you. So, you just take it out when
Exactly.
it's
I just kind of like, and I do it every time. I'm like, it is trash day, and I look, it's like, oh, good, someone else pulled theirs out. I'm not stupid. But so that will be because of the President's Day holiday. So think about that next day. Push back a day for your trash schedule there too. Is there any other? Or does that pretty much cover all the delays and
the
stuff
delays
for
and
President's
stuff?
Day?
Yeah,
the delays
that's-
and stuff that's pretty much it. The other
Okay.
thing that we would like to chat about is our Roswell
Animal services.
Animal Services.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's been a lot of updates and a lot of stuff that's been going on at the Animal Control, Animal Services
Right.
side, from staffing to policy changes, all kinds of stuff there.
Right. And right now, we're calling for, the community to donate to animal services, whether it be pet food, pet
Okay.
supplies. They've asked for food and water bowls,
Okay.
Dawn dish soap, cleaning supplies, blankets, towels, and newspapers.
Okay.
I'm sure the animals would love it.
It takes a lot of, let's just face it, when there's a lot of animals there, they go through a lot of cat litter, they
Right.
go through a lot of food, they go, they have to maintain the animals and make sure they're healthy and everything else, and that uses up a lot of resources. So, folks, if you want to, donate, give back, it's a great way to help. I know they're always, and inquire if you want to, volunteer and things like that to help
Yes.
out. Talk to the staff there. They'll give you all the scoop on what you can do and how you can do that. I know when I talk to the Humane Society folks, which they're located right next door,
Right.
and they kind of share the same goals
Yes.
here and work together all the time to find homes for animals. But I always tell people, when you're there looking for a pet, go to both locations. If you don't see a pet at one that doesn't just register to you, or walk right next door, because you're rescuing a pet either way. And I know with animal services, we talk about no kill shelters and all that. I will tell you
Right.
this: animal control that's last resort. When everything's filled, and then even when everything's filled, then the call goes out. They reach out to our animal rescues.
Right.
They go and reach out, say, hey, we're running out of space. We've got a couple pets on the short list. Can you help us get the word out? So they do everything in their power to try to find that pet a home before euthanization comes into play. Now, obviously, if pets are being put down for, because they're vicious, or that's one thing. But,
right.
But as far as just because they can't find a home for this pet, they really is a pretty good system, actually, between our nonprofits and things and animal services to try to get that communication flowing and getting that work. They work hand in hand together. It's not an adversarial thing. They are all on the same team. I know people in the media, people out in the public hear things and say things and all that, but they're all on the same team. They're all having the same goal of trying to find homes for these pets. Same with the animal services people. Correct. Even though they have to come out and get animals and things from places, and sometimes that can be heated scenarios. But at the end of the day, they're just trying to find loving homes for these pets, just like every other nonprofit is.
And that's the truth. They're just trying to do a great cause for everything.
Yeah, but they have different guidelines, and they have different restrictions here. It's city budgets and things, so they're only allowed to go so far with some of this stuff. So by doing what you guys are asking here, bring some dog food and some cat food or some litter, some toys, the chewable things like that. If it's specific stuff, maybe call ahead and ask, because certain, like, not every toy that's available for pets are good pet toys.
Right.
As far as health and safety wise for them. You know what I mean? Just because it's sold in the pet section doesn't necessarily mean it's the best thing for your pet.
Right.
Like those big rawhide, they're great. Dogs love them, but they're
not that great.
They're not that healthy as far as a lot of choking hazards, a lot of just dietary issues with those. So probably not the best stuff. They avoid that. So, but if you have questions, call out. But
yes, please. I noticed on this list. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're fine.
I was going to say I noticed on this list one of the things that kind of was a brain explosion for me was the Dawn soap.
Yes.
I was like, Dawn soap? What is that? And then
for the fleas.
Yeah, and then for fleas and stuff. I'm like, wow, I didn't know that.
And I remember marketing works. I remember when I was younger. Back when they were
little ducks.
Yes, Dawn.
That's all I think about. Is the little ducks.
Dawn did
with the
commercials
oil.
for like when they have an oil spill or something, and they were talking about we use Dawn to clean the oil off the ducks because it's not sensitive to their eyes and skin and feathers and whatnot. So when you said that, I was like, oh yeah, because it's that's the one animals can have. It's not sensitive to them. So yeah, the Dawn dish soap and things, and maybe check with animal services, but I know the Humane Society says this. If you donate cat litter, don't worry about getting the fancy clumping. Like they have the Tidy Cat expensive high gluten litter. Don't worry about that. Get the cheapest low rent litter they got out there, because if I remember right, they use like little cardboard boxes for litter boxes, and they pour. So they're for sanitation reasons they throw those away every day. They don't keep reusing litter boxes.
Right, that makes sense.
So you're wasting your money by buying the expensive clumping litters and with the odor controls and whatever bells and whistles they stick in it now. Just buy that cement bag size line, just throw that in there. That's a third of the price of every other cat litter, and just bring that. That's all they need. That works perfect.
Well, and sometimes the best thing you can donate is your time.
Absolutely.
If you don't have, the means to purchase any of that, they're always looking for volunteers, people to walk the dogs, to give the animals attention.
Absolutely.
I mean, sometimes that's just all they need.
When I talk with the Humane side, they kind of say that really helps make the pets more adoptable.
Yeah.
Because the more human interaction they have, and to Sarah's point, that's exactly what they're, the more you hang out and pet the pets and walk them and love them, the more comfortable they are around people. And the more likely they're going to warm up to people and things, and therefore people are going to. People don't want a dog that's standoff. People want a family dog. A dog is going to interact and be loving, and I would also throw this out if you're going to go to animal control or Humane Side or any of our rescue places to adopt a pet, when you see them at the kennels and things, don't forget you're seeing them at their worst.
Right.
You're seeing them. Let me give you an example. If you sat in a cage for a couple months, maybe a year in some cases, depending on some of these animals and how long they've been around, especially over in the Humane Society. So there's a couple over there that have been there a year.
Yeah.
You get you have Shawshank Redemption. You get institutionalized. You know how they say that, and it's no different with dogs and everything. If they're if they don't get a chance to exercise and they got that energy pent up, and they get an opportunity, and so you see it and interpret it one way. And it's this is the result of an animal that's kind of been in a cage and needs to run and roam and be a dog. And so think about that when you go and adopt.
It's kind of like us when we were in quarantine. How bad we wanted to get out. We wanted to get out and do stuff.
Yeah. So think about that when you're going to adopt and things like that. So when you see those dogs that kind of in the corner, it doesn't really, ask to take them into a meet and greet room or something and let them open up to you a little bit. And I bet you're going to find out, wow, that's a pretty cool dog once you get to know them a little bit.
And if you did want to go ahead and volunteer to help walk some of these dogs, it's the same area that you would do for the call for action for actors. It's the same process, same volunteer form and everything. So.
Absolutely. And if you want to volunteer in other facets of the city too, I think, correct me if I'm wrong on here, but Kathy Lay, who runs the Keep
she's
Roswell
always
Beautiful
needing
side.
Volunteers.
She's also running the volunteer program for the city of Roswell, and I think just about every department in the city's got an opportunity for folks to volunteer, and whether it be out at the zoo or at animal services or the aquatic center or recreation center or any of these places. Great opportunities. Zoo would be if you're looking to be a veterinarian or something, animal services or the zoo. That's valuable information to really find out, especially if you're a young person and you're like, I want to be a vet, but then you might get there and be like, whoa, I got to put my hand where?
Yeah,
no, I got to clean up what?
Yeah. And
maybe I didn't want to be a vet. Yeah.
They're definitely always looking for volunteers.
Yeah.
The zoo, just help us make it the best that we can, and community involvement. That's what we ask for.
And you can use it all to better yourself too. That's the other thing too, is all this volunteering opportunity. It makes great resumes. I'm sure, like, just for instance, when you guys are hiring for people in the city, you probably look at all that stuff on the look, this guy spent time here volunteering and do all that.
Yeah.
That bodes well for that person.
Yeah. I mean, if you're trying to get a job at the zoo and you have volunteer time at all these other zoos, well, there's a good possibility they know, hey, you want to work at the zoo.
You have a passion for this.
Exactly.
And obviously people with a passion for the project are going to work 10 times harder on it than someone who does not. So,
exactly.
So that's what we're looking for. I know we got on a tangent there.
I know, but it's a good tangent because we're talking about the zoo, which brings us right into our spring camp.
Spring break camp.
Yep. Oh, cool. Yeah. Which is coming around. I know it's February and everyone's not thinking spring yet, but that's right around the corner
ahead,
here.
Parents, plan ahead.
Yes.
Weeks, months in advance. So
it's actually going to be March 14th through the 18th.
Okay, very good. So we're about a month away from all that. But now's the time. Do they have to do any pre-sign-ups and things and pre-registrations for some of these things? Or
the best thing to do is either go online or give us a call at the zoo, which is the 624-6760 number. Give that a call.
And since we're talking about online, when it comes to the recreation side of Roswell, when we talk about the zoo, the aquatics and recreation center, the city of Roswell has a website that's separate from the city government page that handles all of that stuff. It's roswellconnect.com. And say, for instance, you want to get a season pass to the aquatic center or the recreation center. That's where you're going to go.
Or for memberships, even with the zoo. The zoo has memberships as well.
So when they have like Boo at the Zoo or Brew at the Zoo or various events at the zoo.
Yes.
You get your tickets through Roswell Connect.
Yes.
That's where you go through it. All of that stuff. And that's been up a little over a year, I think now, maybe two. I'm not sure exactly. But it's been in place for a while now. But that's like kind of the official recreation side of Roswell's. So if you want to learn more about various things through that or volunteer opportunities or, getting your passes or knowing the hours and times of various facilities, the adult center, whatever it is, Roswell Connect, your website.
Yes, and make sure you go there for our membership packages because we got great membership deals and just a lot of information out there on that Roswell Connect.
Yeah, you can do it very inexpensively. Like you can get a year pass very affordably, and that especially if you have a family where you guys go 3-4 times a week, you're going to make out in the long run just going, getting that year pass and plus there's really so much stuff to do at the aquatics and recreate. Between all of it, you could get a year pass and go almost every day and do something different. You know what I mean? Just like the exercise stuff alone. There's literally
I was going to say memberships included those are included in the membership.
Yeah, there's like thousands of exercise programs and videos online available there. So if you want to, imagine if you want to bust out some of the old '80s. jazzercise and things that were, popular then. You're like, I did good there. Maybe I can ever find the old jazzercise videos or, Denise Austin back in the day.
Way back. Denise Austin, get them leg warmers going. Those leg warmers. Yeah, I was just there yesterday doing a film, and they were climbing the rock wall for me.
Okay.
And I looked back, and they had paddle boards there, too. I was like, you got paddle boards?
That's cool.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah.
The lifeguard hopped on there and
whether you're like into like when you do your workouts, because I know people like, especially if you're doing like strength training or muscle building workouts, some people have very different schools of thought. Like some people like the more modern equipment, and you're the very, and then others are kind of like, no, I want the old school medicine balls and the ropes and all. Whatever your preference is, the recreation center is both. So if you want to do old school with the big ropes and the balls, they got all that. But if you want to do something with more high-tech equipment and things that tells you when you're breathing weird and all that other stuff, it's got it all there, too.
It does. Right. They do.
Well, and, both the Recreation and Aquatic Center and the Adult Center, they do have some instructor-led classes now, not just video.
So if you want to try to kind of guide your workouts into something that is more beneficial than you just winging it, then you got those folks to help you out and do that too.
For sure.
Very cool. So please utilize all this stuff too. And by the way, since we're talking facilities, the Roswell Adult Center is open. Everything's back. That's pretty much back to a regular schedule now. It's a little bit different, but it's back to doing things, having their regular things. Please, again, you can go through Roswell Connect and learn what's
all
going
the
on.
Offers, not just their workout classes, but they've got other classes as well.
Sure.
Stained glass course, scrapbooking, a sewing course.
And I think they're always looking to add more to that too.
Yes, and they're always looking for instructors.
Like, if you have a skill set or a craft or hobby or activity that you would like to share with people, reach out to the city and say, hey, I'm a whatever it is. I'm a card maker. I make homemade cards. Maybe we can do a homemade card making class or something like that.
Right.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Actually, I made a card for my. Dude, you said that, and I'm like, that's actually what I made for my daughter.
I've seen some in the past. They're very detailed, especially when they get into like, I'm not sure if sewing is the right word, but there's like some kind of needlework and stuff that's involved in some of the stuff I've seen.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know what it's called.
That. Yeah. Anyway, it looks really impressive and hard to do, and they teach that kind of stuff. So I thought people, that's a class in and of itself is that kind of stuff.
Well, and speaking of crafts, the Recreation Center has their spring break camp. It's kind of a mouthful. Earth, Wind, and Paper Camp.
Okay.
And that is the week of spring break, March 14th through the 18th. You can register at roswellconnect.com.
Okay. What's like the age bracket?
5 to 12.
5 to 12.
Yes.
Perfect.
$45. Lunch is provided.
Nice.
Times 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m.
Okay.
Because, we know most parents
that
are working during spring break.
Yeah.
But they will be making paper kites, paper boats and airplanes, paper lanterns. They'll be planting
That's
seeds.
amazing. For $45 for the whole week.
Yes.
I don't have kids, but good luck finding basically healthcare for a week or childcare for a week for $45. That they're enriching them, not just putting them in a room and saying, all right, hang out here till dad gets here, mom gets here,
Right.
It's like, no, they're interacting, they're doing activities, they're learning things, they're having fun. And I imagine by the time you pick them up at the end of the day, they're going to have a bunch to tell you at dinner and then pass out because they're tired.
Right. I was like, she mentioned paper airplanes. I'm all like, that's my deal right there. I love making paper airplanes.
Were you one of those advanced kids that made like the
origami?
Like I'm trying to get my triangle like even, and then you got someone who makes this batwing looking thing that you're like, what, is that even paper?
Right.
See, me and my daughter like to have these contests where we throw the airplanes down the hall and see who goes further. Well, I found this guy on TikTok who makes airplanes, and I made one where it actually, you said bat, where the wings actually go up and down like
actuators.
Yeah, I mean it's like
engine.
It is. When you were talking about like airplanes could go real deep for the paper airplanes, and I was like, what rabbit hole did I just crawl myself into? Because now I'm at home with My wife's thinking,
I need more paper. Quick, give me more paper.
I need the hard stuff, not this. I need some contract.
Yeah. The contractor paper.
Yeah, give me some good stuff.
What is that? Construction paper? What am I, a savage?
But yeah, for both those camps, RoswellConnect.com.
Yeah, sign up.
Yep.
Just don't wait till March something to get it done now. Especially,
March 13th.
I would imagine space is limited. There's only so many, and at $45 for a week, a lot of parents are going to take advantage because that's a
deal.
It's a good value. I mean, I'm just thinking because even if you went to like traditional daycare, you're probably paying 5 times that much.
Right.
For a week's worth of child care and
well,
you're
and
probably
with
not
lunch
doing half the
provided
stuff.
too.
Yeah, that's food. That's the whole bit.
That's the first thing I thought of is the food.
So it's really and you know your kids are in a great place where they're going to be interacting with the trained professionals,
right?
And with kids their own age, getting to meet and do all the social things that kids haven't been able to do the last couple of years as much as they'd like to because of COVID and everything else. We almost have to do more of this stuff to kind of catch up for, especially that certain age group, these younger kids, that 5 to 12-year-old that lost some valuable time in their social progress. You know what I mean? By being locked down from school and all. These are all things that we learn through osmosis and stuff. You know, just being in the room you pick up, and these children really haven't had that opportunity.
Right.
So now we kind of got to go over the top to give them those opportunities, and this spring day camp is a perfect opportunity for to get some of that back for these kids.
That social interaction,
right?
Because a lot of that has passed away. To where I've known some people who are like totally disconnected now because of that.
You're absolutely right. It's adult problem just as much as kids, but
it really is.
But at least we as adults saw it and knew what it looked like before. You know, where these kids, they don't know any better. That's the world they're living in. You know, and I kind of got that perspective through my wife. She's a second grade teacher, and you know, she's getting kids now. That's like, you realize these are kids that they've spent their whole school career
in COVID,
right? Yes, and that's a lot to ask for some of these kids. So it's a lot of making up we got to do.
That's true. That's true.
But so anyway, again, I got soapboxy, but please look into this camp things, these opportunities for your kid. Everything that's out there, make not even through the city, but even like private. I know like Peggy Boland does her camp invention stuff. You see her at the library a lot doing her STEM stuff. She does that. You know, in June as well during the summer. Look into that for your kids as well. Same age group. You know, kind of they do up to about middle school there. So yeah, it's utilize all of these opportunities for your children. So good deal. What else did we get it all?
We got some good news for our vendors for the UFO festival.
Okay, perfect.
Our vendor forms are about ready, and we're planning on letting them go out on Monday.
Okay,
that's the plan right now. So
now, as far as those forms, will they be at the city's website, or is there going to be a special UFO festival site to get
UFOfestival.com.
Very good.
Yes.
Very good. So if you're looking to get those vendor applications and all that other stuff, UFOfestival.com will be. I imagine if you go to the city's website, there'll be a link to take you over there if you forget. But
well, and we have a UFO Festival Facebook page.
Okay.
So please follow that.
And that'll direct you where you need to go to.
Yes, correct. So. The updates will be all on that Facebook page.
Perfect. Yeah. And obviously, as we get closer to the event here at the end of June, we'll have more to talk about, more things happening, and more stuff to get on people's radar.
A lot of good stuff going on there.
What's going on, where, and what, and who, and how.
Exactly. And we're also for those looking to sponsor, our sponsor forms are about ready, so those are gearing up too. So
perfect.
Right.
We are looking for some major sponsors to help with the event.
Okay.
And
I imagine various levels of sponsorship depending on.
That will all be in the sponsorship packet.
Perfect.
That will be on the site as well, and our Facebook page.
Perfect opportunity for maybe some of our local businesses to maybe get on a national spotlight. I mean, obviously the UFO festivals gets an international light on it when it happens, and maybe your business can benefit from that a little bit and get a little bit of recognition outside of our community.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. Exactly.
Definitely. Again, you'll go to the UFO Festival, RoswellUFOfestival.com page to get all that information done.
Well, and we're also still looking for artist submissions for the T-shirt for this year.
For the T-shirt design,
and it's on. All the information is on the UFO Festival Facebook page.
Okay. Is there a theme per se other than
It's the 75th anniversary of the crash.
So go big, go hard.
Correct.
75th.
Yes. Make it exciting, make it flashy, make it unique so that we can go ahead and
I mean, get those that creative mind rolling and just submit tourism at roswell-nm.gov.
Very good.
Is the best place to send that submission to.
And one thing, I don't know a lot about the UFOlogy and the UFO lore, but I do know this. The serious UFOologists, your aliens will be gray. If it's cartoony, it's green. I know that's kind of they call them the grays, and that's kind of you're talking the real aliens. They're gray. They're not green. So that's my only tip I can help you with. Past that, I'm out of the knowledge world.
We're actually working on a series for the UFO, the whole media thing, and doing my little research. You come to find out that the grays are just one of the many types of aliens. There's some that they say are humanoids that are like almost look like us, but a little bit taller.
So it really looks like Star Wars when you you go to Mos Eisley and you walk down the cantina. They got that blue guy over here and that hairy guy over here and all that. Yeah,
it's really crazy, and it's a trip.
Well, I do want to meet the blue guy with the long horn that plays. I want to meet that guy with the big head. If he's available.
Right.
Or she. I just.
Yeah, you don't. That's a good point. I never even thought about that.
I don't know where you check on those folks. But again, if you have any questions about anything we talked about here, RoswellConnect.com has everything to do with the recreation side.
Correct.
Roswell-nm.gov will take you to where you pay your water bill, who your city councilors are, everything government related or city resource or city amenity related when it comes to your not your recreation side, but your needed amenities like your water and all that.
Correct.
So,
Well, in our social media pages, we do a lot of updating on there.
Yeah, like and follow the
City of
pages.
Roswell, the Recreation and Aquatic Center or Parks and Recreation have their own Facebook page, the UFO Festival Facebook page, Animal Services, of course. Each of our departments have their own Facebook pages that we keep updated with all of the information.
Like and follow and keep up to date on that. And of course, the government, there's the actual City of Roswell government page too, and that one I think that's kind of a catch-all. So if you follow that one, you almost get everything there. But if you're looking for something specific about the zoo or about
our events and camps stay to our zoo page But, local things going on, most of that goes to our city.
And you can always
Facebook
call
page.
City Hall if you have any
That's
questions,
right.
and someone will direct you to where you need to go.
Even like Transit has their own Facebook page.
Right.
So if you're looking for times and whatnot, Facebook
That will be
is
up there.
social media.
Yeah.
Oh, I did have one question. Like, say you wanted to do stuff at the convention center. Is that all through Roswell Connect as well, or do they have their own? Say you wanted to plan an event or something at the convention center. You go through Roswell Connect to do that?
You would give Elizabeth. Is it Elizabeth?
Yes. Elizabeth Michael?
Yes. Give her a ring, and she'll help you set all
Which
that
you'll find
up.
the city directory.
Yep.
So very good. I didn't know if you would find that at the city
Or on the convention center page on our website.
Okay, very good. They got their own page too.
Yes, they do.
Maybe that's what I should have asked.
But Elizabeth will be happy to help you set up an event or, answer any questions you have with fees or anything like that.
Perfect.
Which they are booking right now.
Yes.
Absolutely. And I last I heard, they were like booked up through April or something.
Yes.
So make it quick.
They have been
if
working
you've got
very
summer
hard.
and fall events, don't wait till summer or fall to plan them or book them.
Correct.
Get it booked right now.
Exactly.
So, it is filling fast there. And they got multiple levels of, catering needs and things like that. If you need a lot of hand-holding and a lot of great stuff, they can do it. If you just need a room, they can do that too.
Exactly.
So,
And that's the great thing now. We do have a caterer right there. We have an in-house.
Yeah, where you can do like from start to finish all the planning right there if you choose.
Yes.
That's it's really the ball's in your court on that one. So very good. Well, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Did great. I know I got pulled off the bench last minute to come in and do this. Appreciate that. And we won't tell Juanita that you guys did like a better job or nothing. I want to get that
cool.
there.
That'll work.
Just kidding.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
And I'm spent. Thank you guys. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Okay.
Sounds good.
I bet she'll let you out one more time or two.
Well, I
to
hope
come
so.
visit
I
us.
enjoyed this. I enjoyed this.
This is the fun part. Yeah, maybe it's a perk or something.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it. All right, it is 8:57. Let's do a quick break before news. Don't go away.
Oasis Computers has been Roswell's trusted source for home and small business computers for over 30 years, and they continue to be your best resource for computer repairs, operating system upgrades, web root managed antivirus, special orders, and more. Oasis Computers is now open from 8 to 1, Monday through Friday to better serve you. Service calls by appointments and after-hour appointments are available too. Stop by Oasis Computers at 1703 North Garden or call or text 575-625-9141 for even faster service.
Pecans are a big deal here in Chaves County. We have some of the biggest orchards in the country, and lots of us have pecan trees in our yards. Hi, this is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company. Whether you have one pecan tree or 1,000 of them, this time of year, every pecan tree needs fertilizing. So come see us at Roswell Seed Company, and we'll get you fixed up with the right fertilizer for your pecan trees. So that next year, your nuts will be big and beautiful. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
The University of New Mexico is committed to ensuring that residents of our state entering college for the first time can afford to pursue a bachelor's degree with the Lobo First Year Promise. Qualified first-time freshmen who have graduated from a New Mexico high school and have an annual family income of $50,000 or less will have base tuition and fees for full-time enrollment covered for the 22 to 23 academic year. Application deadline is March 1st. The Lobo First Year Promise at the University of New Mexico. Find out more at promise.unm.edu.
At Anderson Bethany Funeral Home and Crematorium, we honor and pay tribute to the achievements of your loved one by celebrating the life you shared together. Anderson Bethany Funeral Home and Crematorium is compassionate and cares about our local community and the families we serve here in southeastern New Mexico. Locally owned and operated, we will be here to help you decide how to celebrate the bond you've shared and pay tribute to the unique individual you've lost. Visit us at 2609 South Main in Roswell or call 622-5888.
Members of Central Valley Electric Cooperative are invited to attend the 2022 annual meeting to be held Saturday.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. When it comes to a possible Russian invasion of Ukraine, President Biden says all indications are that it will happen, and happen soon.
The president says the United States has seen no signs of a claimed Russian withdrawal of forces along its border with Ukraine. He believes the risk of an attack is very high and could happen within several days.
Every indication we have is they're prepared to go into Ukraine, attack Ukraine.
The president says diplomacy is still an option and that he's awaiting a response from Russian President Putin. Greg Clugston, Washington.
And Moscow lying about troop pullbacks. Our military affairs analyst, retired Army Lieutenant Colonel Robert McGinnis, says it's all part of a Russian playbook that goes back a very long way.
We shouldn't be surprised that the Russians are lying. That's their modus operandi, and that tracks back certainly a century, and we experienced that consistently during the Cold War when I was over there.
Other developments in the Ukraine crisis. The number 2 diplomat at the U.S. Embassy in Moscow has been expelled. Ukraine's president accusing Russian-backed rebels of shelling a kindergarten building in eastern Ukraine. No youngsters were injured. And Secretary of State Blinken expected to address the UN Security Council shortly. The Freedom Convoy truckers protesting outside the Canadian Parliament in Ottawa, being threatened with imminent arrest, having their big rigs towed away if they don't leave. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau invoked the Emergencies Act in a bid to strong-arm the protesters into giving up. They say they're not going anywhere. President Biden is not giving up on his massively expensive Build Back Better agenda. He'll tout that agenda today when he pays a visit to Ohio. Watching Wall Street, the Dow is down 429 points, the Nasdaq off 225. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Hi, I'm cute kid number 1. And I'm cute kid number 2. And we have been forced, you mean hired? We have been hired to tell you what direct lender FOMO is. So let's say you buy a new home, and maybe you use one of those big mortgage monsters.
Or someone your realtor or friend recommends.
And then a few months later, you hear us being forced, hired
to tell you about our mortgage team's Direct Lender Advantage.
And then you feel like you missed out.
Because you probably did miss out.
And that is direct lender FOMO.
It's Ryan, and our mortgage team is an arm of a bigger company who is a direct lender, which means our company gets to use its own money and make its own decisions within its own walls. There's no middleman. This often allows us to get you a better rate on that new home mortgage, saving you monthly and lifelong money. We are United Faith Mortgage.
United Faith Mortgage is a DBA of United Mortgage Corp. 25 Middle Park Road, Melville, New York. Licensed mortgage banker. For all licensing information, go to NMLS-Consumer-Access.org. Corporate item list number 1330. Rec item list number 65233. Equal housing lender. Licensed in Alaska, Hawaii, Georgia, Massachusetts, North Dakota, South Dakota, or Utah.
French President Macron says his country will withdraw its troops from Mali 9 years after it first went in to drive Islamic extremists from power.
Last night, President Macron had talks with African and European leaders, and this morning, as expected, comes the announcement that after 9 years, the French military operation in Mali is coming to an end. And with it, too, the participation of several other European countries who send contingents of special forces. A joint statement blamed what it called multiple obstructions by the Malian military government, whose relations with Paris have plummeted over recent months. France is particularly concerned by the growing influence of Russia in Mali via a force of mercenaries from the Wagner Group linked to Moscow.
The BBC's Hugh Schofield in Paris. Japan is planning to ease its tough COVID-19 border controls by increasing the number of people allowed to enter each day, as well as reducing quarantine requirements. Breaking news and analysis at townhall.com. Investigators have found that a long-haul Emirates flight flying from Dubai to Washington back in December flew incredibly low and very fast.
No one was injured on the December 19 flight, which was just 200 feet off the ground at points as it flew over Dubai's Deira neighborhood. Such low altitudes and high speeds can cause damage to an aircraft and increases the risk of striking a tall building. The initial report by the General Civil Aviation Authority said the pilot flying the Boeing 777 had put the plane's altitude at the correct setting. The pilot also said she followed the instructions of the plane's onboard computer. Investigators say their final report will focus on the root cause of the shallow climb of the aircraft and the crew performance. I'm Karen Chamas.
The number of people applying for unemployment benefits rose last week following several weeks of declines. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Tres inviernos.
Of Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Thursday, everybody. Feeling a little less hoarse.
You almost made it. A little bit of a taller horse.
Yeah, less hoarse.
It's starting to clear up a little bit. The phlegm.
A little bit. It's kind of, yeah. I did, maybe some of the Advil's kicking in a little bit.
Yeah.
Clearing out the phlegm a little bit, but yeah.
I always feel like when you wake up, all your stuff's all clogged up, and you start to clear it out throughout the day. Then you go to sleep at night, and it just starts over the next day.
Yeah.
Simple solution: don't sleep.
There it
Just
is.
never sleep. You'll be fine.
Well, I took a pill about 5. That's when I was noticing about 5, and it's so I don't know. Maybe I didn't take Mucinex. I went with
Molly?
head because I had. Yeah, I went with crack cocaine. No.
When you said I took a pill, I thought I could think it was that song. I took a pill in Ibiza.
No. Sorry.
Bella.
I took an Advil because my head was the problem more than my chest.
I see.
I got Mucinex, but it's just the chest Mucinex because that's what we have.
Right.
So I didn't take that today. Maybe I'm due for some of that.
Maybe so.
Maybe.
A little Vicks, a little Mucinex.
I'm proud to report I retired the jar of Vicks that was in our home prior to my marriage to my wife.
Really?
Tired it yesterday.
You finally worked.
Ponied up and spent $16 on a new jar of Vicks.
I don't understand how the Vicks people stay in business, because I've never bought a new jar of Vicks Vapor Rub.
I did it yesterday.
It's been handed down from like generation to generation. I think I still have the Vicks jar that my mom gave me years ago somewhere.
I swear that jar was pre-marriage that was in the house.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So, by the way, we've been married 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Just to tell you.
That's why they're coming out with all these different new products, the Vicks people, because they have to make money somehow.
Well, I kind of want to check out that shower thing they got. I saw a commercial for it. Some kind of like apparatus you put in your shower, and I guess you can make it do some effervescent stuff while you're showering.
That'd be pretty cool. I just for some reason the way you said it yesterday, it seemed like to me it would spray Vicks out of your shower head.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I don't
know exactly how it works or what it does. I saw a commercial and I was like, but I didn't see it, so I didn't get it. But
I feel like that would irritate the eyes.
Yeah, I can't imagine it just sprays Vicks at you. I imagine it gives you some kind of vapor emitting thing that interacts with the steam and heat and kind of gives you a smell of Vicks throughout the shower.
I think that's what the Vicks people need to do, is make their product less effective. Because the fact of the matter is, you open the jar, you're getting the effects of Vicks. You don't really even have to apply it anywhere.
Yeah.
So they just need to make it slightly less effective. That way we can burn through it faster.
I think they should have a Vicks for beard and mustaches. Because you get that stuff matted in your beard here, it's not pleasant.
It ain't, no.
Yeah. Or your mustache hair. More your mustache hair. Not so much in your beard.
For those folks, they have like the, swipe it on a card and then just keep it right there.
Yeah.
Like they do perfume at the...
I mean, I do the chest and all that, but sometimes I like to just put a little dabber right under the nose there, and it's kind of hard with the sweet stash.
I never really thought of this as a thing, but my mom used to do Vicks on my feet.
I've heard that.
And then put socks.
I've heard that.
I haven't done it since I was like an adult, but
I think this is for the same reason. Don't quote me. People will put an onion in their feet, and basically cut an onion, stick them on their feet there, and put socks on it, and go to bed. I think it's supposed to do the same thing that
really.
I've heard that.
See, I thought the whole thing with mentholatum was the smelling it, was the breathing it in, but I guess it's got topical effects.
It exudes into your pores. That's why you put it in your chest and stuff. I think it exudes into your pores.
See, my thought was always you put it here because your nose is here, and it's just
that's part of it. But I think it also kind of absorbs into your skin, and gets a little effervescent situation going on there.
No, I'm no dermatologist, so
I'm no doctor, so I don't know either. I mean, we're talking about Vicks.
In fairness, my PhD is in optometry, so.
Mine's in sandwiches.
Nice.
Doctor Sandwich.
Doctor of Sandwich.
That's what my degree says. Doctor of Sandwich. SAMMICH. Doctor of Sandwich.
Dr. Sandwich.
Well, let me give you the rundown for this hour of the show. We'll get you up to date with the weather here in just a few. Then, in just a couple minutes, Alethea Hartwell with the Roswell Community Little Theater will join us, talking about the big Ted Vigil concert happening this Saturday. It is a fundraising event for Kiwanis Club of Roswell and the Roswell Community Little Theater. Tickets are still available. I'm not sure how many VIPs are left or not, though. We'll ask Alethea and see what the skinny is on that. But if they are available, buy them.
Yeah.
It's $40, and you get, like, reserve seating's $30. And every seat's good. Doesn't really matter where you sit there. It's all great seating. But with the VIP experience, you get preferred seating, which is not the perk. The perk is you get the VIP room, and it's got snacks and beverages, and you can mingle and go there during intermission and, eat like a king or queen.
Absolutely.
And live, like a VIP.
Yeah.
And then
you can be VI for just a few minutes.
And that costs you $10 more.
That's it.
To look cool.
Heck yeah.
And you're helping a great organizations, 2 of them. But we'll talk more about it. But basically, Kiwanis Club's using the money for the all-inclusive park that they've partnered with the city. The Community Little Theater, they're going to pay for. They're paying for a roof. They need a new roof at the theater there, so proceeds for this goes towards that. So, but we'll talk about that with Alethea here in just a bit.
Very good.
And then later on, we'll get you up to date with the news of the local variety. By the way, I know they're talking about the missing person alert there. I've heard that person's been found.
Yes.
Good news.
Yeah,
So,
we got a call early this morning that said it was on Facebook that they found
out of Lubbock, from what I remember. I think the story came out of Lubbock, but they're fearing that the person might be heading this way.
Yeah.
So they kind of raised the flag on our end to be on the lookout for. But from what I've heard, so if you hear in the news, we know. That's
yeah.
So, but anyway,
been taken care of.
It is 13 minutes after 9 o'clock. Let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Things will be nice today, except for the gusty wind. That'll be continuing at up to about 30 miles an hour, but that low and cold front are moving out of our area. This afternoon's high in the upper 40s to low 50s. Clear and cold for the overnight hours. Will drop into the low 20s and then warming up tomorrow. Back up to 60 and sunny. We're in the mid 60s and fair for the weekend. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. And currently, let's see, is it refreshing? There it is. Currently 37 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 44%. That's good. It went up. Winds currently out of the northeast at 20, gusting to 26 miles per hour. For today, we're not going to get a lot of warmth today. Partly cloudy. Highs only expected around 45 today. Winds 15 to 20 out of the north, unusual twist of things. Our wind will actually decrease later this afternoon. We're going to be 15 to 20 this morning. You're going to see that wind drop down 10 to 15 this afternoon. But like I said, high of only 45 today. Mostly clear tonight with an overnight low of 22 degrees. East winds at around 5 miles per hour. Friday, we're looking at sunny skies and a high near 60. South winds 5 to 10. Friday night, clear skies with an overnight low of 25 degrees, south winds 5 to 10. And then looking at your weekend, pretty nice actually. Sunny and 64 on Saturday. Little breezy for the afternoon though. Southwest winds 5 to 10 in the morning, 15 to 20 for Saturday afternoon. And then for Sunday, we're looking at sunny skies with highs back into the mid-70s, 74 and sunny. And then for President's Day Monday, mostly sunny, breezy with a high of 72. All right, it is 15 minutes after 9 o'clock. We're going to take a 3-minute break. And then on the other side of the break, Alethea Hartwell with the Roswell Community Little Theater will join us on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Ed Heldenbrand, candidate for City Council. He's a patriot fighting against the waste of your tax dollars. As a CPA and Chief Financial Officer with over 35 years of experience, Ed understands the importance of managing budgets. By reducing the wasteful spending in the budget, we can lower your city water, sanitation costs, and work to reduce city fees. Roswell's potential is hurt by bad ideas and wasteful spending. Ed Hildebrand will never vote to shut down Roswell. He'll fight the job, education, and freedom-killing mandates from Santa Fe. It's important that taxpayers see improvements in our roads and city services to attract jobs, businesses, tourists, and to create an environment for local businesses to thrive. In Ward 3, you have a choice. Vote Ed Heldenbrand, the conservative candidate. With your vote, we can build a better Roswell.
I'm Ed Heldenbrand, City Council candidate for Ward 3, asking for your vote on Tuesday, March 1st. It's not about me, it's about we, and I approve this message.
So what am I doing with my tax refund? I'm giving my home a makeover with new furniture from Glenn's. A new living room, dining room, and bedroom. Even a curio cabinet for my elephant collection. Glenn's has beautiful, high-quality furniture that I'll be proud of for years. And Glenn's will deliver it for free. So my tax refund and I are headed for Glenn's. And my home is going to be fresh, bright, and beautiful. Since 1953, people have been coming to Glenn's Furniture at the corner of Union and Alameda in Roswell.
Roswell is our home. That's why we've all got to do our part to stop illegal dumping. Throwing your trash, clutter, or yard debris in the alleys, sidewalks, or streets is a crime, and it takes time and money to clean it up. Those caught dumping illegally can face fines of up to $500. You can help by taking your waste to the landfill once a month for free with a paid water bill. Call the City of Roswell Solid Waste Department for more information at 575-624-6746. Help keep Roswell clean. After all, do you want your kids to grow up in a dump?
Members of Central Valley Electric Cooperative are invited to attend the 2022 annual meeting to be held Saturday, March 19th at the Estelle Yates High School Auditorium in Artesia, New Mexico. Come meet your fellow co-op members, hear about the status of your electric co-op and what is planned for the future. There will be door prizes and a nice gift. Plus, the first 200 members to register will each receive a $50 gift card. Limit one card per membership. Registration begins at 9 a.m. The annual meeting begins at 10 a.m. Mark your calendar and please attend the Central Valley Electric Co-op annual meeting, March 19th in Artesia, New Mexico. We look forward to seeing you there.
Fall in love and save this month at Roswell Nissan. Sweet deals across the lot so your wallet can feel the love. Get a 2015 Chrysler 200 for only $195 a month, a 2017 Versa for only $185 a month, or a 2012 Chevy Sonic for only $135 a month. Zero down, no payments for 90 days, and $2,000 guaranteed on your trade. So drag it in. Plus, stop by for a box of sweets and spin the wheel. Get a box of chocolates with a test drive and a $30 Pasta Cafe gift card with purchase. Fall in love at Roswell Nissan, 2111 West 2nd.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Linen can absorb up to 20 times its weight in moisture before it feels damp. Now, you don't have to get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom anymore. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 18 minutes after 9 o'clock. And joining us in studio this morning from the Roswell Community Little Theater, Alethea Hartwell back with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
I should say president of the board, because that's your official title. With
True. Yeah, that's okay.
She's
I'm good.
Director, actor, whatever needs to be doing.
Hand, whatever.
Gotta wash the dishes, whatever needs to be done there.
I've done that.
It all gets done here. So, first off, you guys have been busy. I mean, I know we got this event coming up Saturday here, but there's been a lot of plays before here. I mean, right on the heels of this one, we here in a couple of weeks, we got another play coming out the end of February.
Next week?
Yeah, oh gosh, it is next week, isn't it? I was like, end of February? Oh, wait, that's next week.
It is. It's crazy.
But yeah, so you guys have really just get gangbusters and getting a lot of great stuff for folks to come out and enjoy. So please come out and do it. That's what it's there for.
Absolutely.
Of course, the big event we want to let folks know about is this Saturday.
Right.
Ted Vigil, which that's official. I don't know if you heard that conversation. I actually talked to Ted and interviewed him. Great guy. He's a real nice guy.
He's neat.
Yeah, really great guy. But I got his voicemail when I first called him, and in his voicemail he introduced himself as Ted Vigil. And then I first said, well, I think we New Mexico-ified your name.
We did.
And that's okay because he told us, he goes, well, I was in Colorado last week and I was Ted Vigil there too.
Okay.
So if you call him Ted Vigil, he's okay with it. But he actually goes by Ted Vigil. But the part that's really unique about him is he's John Denver. Like, I mean, he's a musician and he's kind of a rocker. That's kind of where he got in as a drummer. But the man looks like John Denver, sounds like John Denver, and the mannerisms. I mean, he's just like, it's like, are you sure you're not a Denver? Like there's not, you're not in that family tree somewhere in there. You didn't, end up as and he hasn't. But the part that made me laugh is when I was talking with him. He's done a lot of shows with. When they do like tribute shows and they'll have like a guy as Buddy Holly come and then a guy as the Big Bopper, just various people of that era, like celebrity musicians, things. And so he'll be a part of those sometimes as John Denver. And it's funny because he says a lot of those guys are excellent at, you see the guy, he's like, you think he's Buddy Holly, everything else.
Right.
But he just doesn't roll in looking like Buddy Holly. Like he's got a lot of makeup, a lot of stuff he's got to do. And then we got Ted, that's Ted. Like the picture we have of Ted, he goes, I have to do nothing. Maybe put on a flannel shirt and then, he's like the hair, the glasses, everything, it's just Ted. Right. And so he's like, this is just how I look. So he literally rolls up.
It's so funny.
As John Denver because that's him.
Right.
And that's really cool. And so he just so happens to sound like John Denver. And so, and he's got kind of the blessing of the family, like he's talked to the family and everything, and they are big fans of what he does and support what he does because obviously it keeps the memory and legend of John Denver relevant in people's minds and things like that. So if you can't go see John Denver today, you just can't. But this is the next best thing.
Right.
It's coming to this TED Vigil. I keep wanting to say V-Hill concert Saturday. As far as ticket sales, are both shows still got seats available, or are they
Yes.
pretty full? Or
Both
where are we at?
shows have seats available.
Okay.
Last time I looked, there are still quite a few VIP seats in the 7 o'clock.
Okay, for the evening performance.
So yes, if you're wanting VIP, that's your show.
I'm telling you, so the VIP, there's a few left for matinee, but it's mostly the
I think most of those are
reserve
sold.
seating.
Not all of them, but most of them
Okay.
are. But the 7 o'clock is pretty
now,
open.
It's a unique style show to the theater, where generally most
Right.
shows are general seating. Get your
Right.
tickets, sit where you want. This show is different. It's reserved seating. You can get your tickets online
Right.
at the Community Little Theater's website, Roswell Theater, THEATRE
Right.
.org. You go there and order your tickets. You can, I believe you can get your VIP that way too.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want, you can call Lori direct too. If you'd rather just do stuff over the phone, 575-513-8119. The reserved seats are only $30. And there's not a bad seat in the house. You're going to be just fine there. But if you have the opportunity, pony up the extra $10, get the VIP experience.
Right.
Because you really do get so much more. I mean, you get preferred seating. That's not the draw because, like I said, there's no bad
Yeah.
seat in the theater. You
It's not a
sit in the
big
front
theater,
row or the
right.
last row. You got a perfect seat for a show up there. It doesn't
Right.
matter. Just good seats. Very intimate setting. But with that $10, you get access to the VIP room where there's going to be snacks and drinks and
Right.
during intermission you can go there and kind of get a beverage and chit chat and mingle
Right.
and put your pinky up and do your little make it feel
Right.
special.
And Ted should come and mingle as well.
Yeah,
before
and
the show.
you do get to meet
Yeah.
Ted before the
Which is
show
cool.
and chat with him and like I said, I had about a 15-minute conversation with him over the phone, and he's just fun to talk to. And
Yeah.
and if you're a musician, you're probably gonna love picking his brain. I kind of compared him a little bit when going the way of Dave Grohl, because he was talking about he's a rocker and everything and a drummer, and I was like, well, that's Dave Grohl. Of course, he started with Nirvana and as the drummer there, and then went on to start the Foo Fighters as the front man there and all that. I said, you kind of got a Dave Grohl thing coming, because he'd actually sing from the drummer position. That's kind of hard to do.
That is.
Because that's a aerobic activity, playing the drums.
It is.
And then for you to be able to do breath control and everything you need to sing well, that's a lot of balls to juggle while you're
Right.
performing there. So he did that prior to
pretty cool.
someone saying, you look like John Denver, and that's literally, I think, how he stumbled into this. It's like, you look a lot like John
How
Denver. Have you
funny.
ever thought? And of course, he kind of did his, but he was a rocker, and he got exposed to John Denver, fell in love with it, and
Yeah.
now and to his benefit, he's a better musician because of it. Now, as being when he does do his own projects and those things, John Denver's influence and all that
Right.
else is all through that. So it's made him a better musician. So asking some of those questions when you come in and
Yeah,
get a chance
I
to do
will.
the meet and greet and stuff. So get the $40 tickets. Again, and you're helping out two great organizations here with this.
Right.
You guys need a new roof.
Right.
The Communal Theater. The Communal Theater is very blessed. They've had some great people over the years
Yes.
manage and run that thing, and they're probably one of the few community theaters in the country that has their own facility. And you know what I mean? Like their own well-maintained
Right.
facility. I mean, I'm sure there's others in the country, but I think more so than not, they're part of a theater group that already has a theater and things, and you get to use it from time to time. I'm
Right.
guessing how most communal theaters are.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's very unique to have your own facility there. And unfortunately, that costs money to do that. And the roof is needing replacement. It's a building that was a movie theater prior to, and so it's got a history. And they've completely overhauled it and turned it into a live theater, which is great because it works out perfect for them. They got an amazing back theater with storage. It's almost you ought to give tours and charge people for. I think you could make a few bucks just doing that because it's really cool to go see behind the scenes there.
We've done that a couple years at our Curtains Rising event. We
Okay.
did tours. And
see some of the behind the scenes, pull back the curtain, pardon the
Right.
pun here. But
Yeah.
and it's a great facility, but they got to replace that roof. And anybody that knows that you have to replace a roof, it's not cheap.
It's like 9,000 square feet.
Yeah, and it's a commercial grade building, big
yeah.
theater. At one time it housed two movie theaters. So anyway, so this show, a couple of the upcoming shows, a couple of the shows previous, all of the proceeds are going towards getting that roof replaced. Now, the Kiwanis Club of Roswell, they've partnered up for a second time with this show.
Right.
So the half the proceeds, the half that doesn't go to the roof here, will go to the Kiwanis Club of Roswell, which they're using this money to help fund the all-inclusive park that they have worked with the city on getting. They've got the location picked. We're in the fundraising.
It's a great project.
Yeah, we're basically, as soon as they get all the funds put together, which they're working on now, they're going to start groundbreaking on this thing. So by supporting this show, you're actually helping to make that happen.
Right.
So by you just coming out, enjoying a man who does John Denver wonderfully, and come out and having a good time, maybe bring a date or the family out. It's a family-friendly show, so if you want to bring the kids, awesome, no problem. Expose the younger folks to some John Denver. That would be great. But if you want to make it like a couples date thing, or shoot, maybe you want anybody, go by yourself. You'll meet friends. Get the VIP, go by yourself, and then meet some people.
Right. There you go.
While we got you here, do a little plug for Communal Theater too. I know we're gonna have. I think we're gonna have folks come in tomorrow to talk about Four Old Broads, which is their next production. That will be the last weekend of February, which is the 25th, 26th, and 7th.
Right. And first week of March.
And then the first week of March, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Now the Friday and Saturday performances, those are going to be evening performances at 7:30. The matinees on Sunday will be at 2:30. 2:30, right. But you can get those tickets right now. RoswellTheater.com, same website.
Same website.
THEATRE.
Right.
To get your tickets for that too.
Yep.
But we'll talk more about that show tomorrow. So we'll get.
Great.
I think we're having some of the cast maybe come in. I don't know who's all coming in.
Yeah, that'll be great. It's a really funny show. So
yeah,
it's going to be really enjoyable.
If you like Golden Girls style of humor, this is going to be right in your wheelhouse. Yep. You love that type of thing. I mean, it's called Four Old Broads.
Right.
I mean, you know, I don't think you're expecting Gone with the Wind here.
Right. It's pretty good though.
This ain't Les Miserables here.
It's a good show.
But it's going to be a lot of fun. Great opportunity. Great night of laughs and entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, we'll get some of the cast in tomorrow and we'll talk a little bit about it. And they got some Elvis related fun frivolity going along with that. So, fellas, I will tell you this now. I'll give you a day work on it. The first opening night, which I believe would be the 25th there, they're going to be doing like an Elvis impersonation contest, and they're going to, so they're encouraging folks to come in dressed up like Elvis. I think they're going to let you in for some free stuff if you come in dressed up as Elvis, and then and they're going to have kind of a little bragging rights contest on bringing up the Elvises and who's their bell. So if you want to work on your chops or putting together your jumpsuits, and it's your interpretation of Elvis. So if you want to do like 50s svelte ladies man Elvis,
Golden Lemon,
or more like 74, 75, a little bit more bloated Elvis, or somewhere in between, you do your Elvis.
Yeah. Good.
Maybe based on like
there's
my
a lot
physique,
of room.
my physique and everything, I'm probably leaning more towards 70s Elvis than 50s Elvis, but that would be me. But we'll talk more about that tomorrow here.
Yeah, it's good.
But there, if you're looking for a place to get involved in the community, the Roswell Communal Theater has lots of opportunities. Even if you have no desire to act on a stage or perform on a stage, there's so many different areas that you can help that don't involve acting or performing in any way, shape, or form. So reach out. But if you love to create, I'm sure Chris could use a hand with a lot of set work and I know he spends a lot of time working on sets and things. I know there's other people. I see him a lot doing it. But I'm sure if you love building and creating that, they love help on that side. Costume design, if you love to sew and create, and there's only so many projects your family's letting you do in the house before they're like, all right, this is a problem. I know that. My mom was a crocheter, so I know how that goes. The Communal Theater's got a lot of projects you can help out with too. And then, of course, technical side. If you love sound, lighting, there can never be enough people that are proficient in how to run sound and lighting. I think you guys have one or two. And if somebody's sick, then you're out. You know what I mean? You don't have a lot of options there. So it'd be good to have a good half dozen people that could at any given time step up and run sound and light if need be, if somebody got sick or life happens. You know how that goes. So if you're interested. And then, of course, serving on the board and things like that, I imagine if you want to do some more of the behind the scenes, the paperwork and legal side of running an organization, the admin side of it. Always looking for volunteers to come serve that way as well, too. And of course, if you want to be in a play and all that, come on out. they always announce auditions and things. Do you know off the top of your head what's next after Four Old Broads?
So we've got an improv show that's coming April 22nd.
Okay.
So we'll be having another improv show,
Okay,
which
think
is
of
Mission Improbable is our
Think of Whose Line
improv
Is It
group.
Anyway? Style,
Right.
humor, and presentation.
And I'll tell you, we just did one at the end of January, and I went home and I could not stop smiling. It was so much fun.
It is, because
So,
you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And it's so,
completely made up on the spot.
And some of your funniest stuff happens organically.
Yeah.
And improv, it's all organic. Nothing scripted. I mean, for basically, if you're not understanding the concept, they'll give you a scenario.
Right.
And usually they'll get audience participation and be like, all right, I want to, and the last question's like, I need a job that requires a lot of labor. And then a bunch of people shout out, construction work or whatever. And he goes, okay, we're going to do a skit involving a construction worker.
Right.
And they get in the parameters and they say, go with it. And then as many performers are on stage, they'll figure it out and work it or something,
Right.
That's the premise behind it,
Yes.
and I'm sure you can do kind of, if you watch Whose Line Is It Anyway, they do different games and things
Yes.
like props, scenes from a bag where
Scenes
they pull
from a
out
hat.
different props
Yeah.
and you got to make something happen
Yeah.
with it, or events like that.
It's a
what's
lot of fun.
It is.
So
it's a lot of
I
fun.
encourage people to come out. Our improv troupe, again, Mission Improbable, just started this year.
Good
It's
deal.
brand new. So next year, all of the dates will be on the regular schedule.
Gotcha.
So
this is part of a regular, on the regular schedule,
Right.
an annual event,
Right.
quarterly or whatever it's going to be.
right,
yeah.
and they'll be on our season tickets as well. So
Cool.
you'll be able to use a punch on our season ticket.
Nice if
for
you're a
an
season
improv
ticket
show.
holder, so
Mhm.
come check. And I
Yeah.
highly recommend you go to. And maybe that's for some that might be your first opportunity to see some live performance.
Yeah,
You know, if you're not into singing and musicals and things, but who doesn't love to laugh? I mean, everybody loves to laugh.
Right.
And that might be your foot in the door. Kind of, that was a lot of fun. I had
Yeah.
a good time, and maybe I'd like to go see something else there. And maybe I'll check out something like Four Old Broads, which is in the same vein of funny,
Right.
but it's a play. It's a scripted play
Right.
and things. But
Yeah.
I think a lot of people that don't like live theater, or say they don't like live theater, they associate because everything they think is Broadway, like Les Miserables,
Sure.
or something big.
Right.
And I get that. Maybe that's not your cup of tea, or Hamilton. You don't want to see all the sing-songy. I get that. But
Right.
but this is different. This
It
is
is.
like Four Old Broads. It's they're
different.
singing and dancing and everybody,
Yeah.
but it's telling a story, and it's not these big universal, omnipresent, like Les Miserables or Hamilton, these big ominous decisions. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's telling of history, the telling of
Right.
crazy things in difficult times and all that. Where this is none of that. This is just, it's like a sitcom. It's a
story, yeah.
It's a feel-good, hour and a half, a feel-good story. It's not something serious or something you've got to, invest your mental time into. You just kick back, relax, come and de-stress a little bit, have a good time, laugh, have some fun with your family or your date, whatever it is. That's what it's all about. And I think once you go in with that mindset, it's like, oh yeah, this was amazing. It's a bunch of people cutting up, having fun, and it's not. I just think there's a hoity-toity air that people automatically think about live theater, and I'm like, no, there's none of that there. It really is just people getting a chance to do things that they don't get to do all the time, and that's part of it. And I imagine that's the fun for many of the people in the front of the house.
Yeah.
You get to play people or do things that maybe your character personality would never do.
Right.
And it's a freedom there.
Yeah.
Like to play a villain in a play.
Right. It's a lot of fun.
You would never do those things to people in your own life. But
Right.
as a character, you get to kind of feel that power a little bit. And I'm not saying you have a desire to do bad things to people, but just you get to express yourself and feelings and things in a way that's positive, but you get to do it in a unique way, and things that people look at you crazy for in a real world, you come out and get to do here.
Right. That's true.
Yeah. So that's the drive.
So after improv, we have Clue coming up at the end of May.
That's going to be a big one.
And I'm super excited about that. It's going to be a really great show.
And look for community-wide events as part of that. We want to get a lot of community participation. Think of it as Clue. It's a mystery. You got to find out who done it, what. So think of a lot of that kind of stuff related to this.
Right. So we want to actually play a Clue game with the community. So I am actually looking for 9 businesses to
participate.
So if you want to be handing out clues to people and want to have people coming into your store, give me a call.
Maybe you can even relate it to the game. Like, say you are a candle making company and you maybe,
hey.
where's the candlestick?
Right.
Maybe a plumbing place with the wrench. I mean, that's kind of, you think of it, maybe you do it that way or whatever, but have fun with it.
Yeah. So at any rate, that's what we're going to do. So we want 9 businesses that they'll actually remain secret.
Okay.
Until we reveal the clues, because it's going to be a clue and people have to go find the business.
Sandwich shops, Colonel Mustard. Just saying,
right?
It could be a tie.
Hey,
you never know. Or maybe going out to the farms with Professor Plum.
Yeah. So whatever. We're just interested in having a little bit of fun. Yeah. And there's going to be some prizes for winner and such like that.
So out of curiosity, just because I'm very familiar and love the 90s movie Clue that had that was a great movie,
right?
So the live play,
Plummer.
So is the live theater version closer to that, or is it something different altogether?
As far as I know, I have not read the script.
Okay,
but as far as I know, it's
okay, because I'm trying to think. I don't think I've ever seen a Broadway version of Clue before.
No,
the only reference I have is that the Tim Curry movie with Tim Curry and all the other celebrities, which is done in a very musical style, by the way.
Right, it is.
If you love Rocky Horror Picture Show or any of those types of shows, it's right in that same vein. So it's one of I'm surprised it hasn't been on a stage, because it looks like it was like the movie was filmed from a stage adaptation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's why I was kind of curious, is like the play closer to that, or is it different? I imagine it may have the same.
I think it is. I think it's real close
comedic
to
vibe to it that the play had. Where
it's called Clue on stage, so I'm pretty sure it follows the.
Yeah, where everyone's stuck in the house, and that's cool.
And they're running back and forth.
And if you've never seen that movie, go rent it or go get it off of Prime or wherever it's at now. It's a funny movie.
Yeah.
And if you like that one, this one's not as good caliber-wise, but it has a soft place in my heart, just like that movie. Sylvester Stallone in the movie Oscar. You ever seen that movie?
Never seen that.
It's very much in the vein of Clue.
Oh, okay.
It's set in the 20s. He's a gangster guy, but it's a musical, and it's very much. It's a funny. I think people kind of poo-pooed all over it because, you're Rambo. You're not supposed to be doing. You remember Stopper, My Mom Will Shoot? Remember when he did it came out right around the time of those comedies there.
Okay.
But Oscar's pretty good. I think Tim Curry's in that one too. Now that I think about it. It's pretty funny.
Tim Curry's great.
Yeah, but to me, in my head, I'm not sure if they came out around the same time, but I always put Clue and Oscar in my head together as movies that are similar in vein to me, even though they're different stories and everything. But it's still got that same feel to it, that same, upper crust 30s, 40s, that look to it. It's very cool. But yeah, check it out if you get a chance, and then you can come and see the Clue on stage here later in this year here. So
that's good.
I was going to say next year, but no, it's February now.
This year coming up.
But don't forget, this Saturday is Ted Vigil. He's going to be now. There's 2 shows. There's a 2:00 matinee and a 7 p.m. evening performance. Tickets for both, $30 for reserved, $40 for VIP. Almost out of VIP on the 2:00 show. So if you want to get VIP for that, do it today. The sooner the better.
Right.
I'd hate for you to miss that opportunity because they were sold out. But still plenty for the 7 p.m. show.
Right.
That won't be the case later on, so don't dawdle. Go to RoswellTheater.com, Theatre.com, or call Lori direct. You can do that too. She'll be happy to take your order over the phone.
Right.
575-513-8119. And if you can afford it, I highly recommend go ahead and get the $40 VIP experience, because you get so much more bang for $10 that it's so worth doing that. Now, if you can't afford it or it sells out, then by all means come out, enjoy an awesome show. You're going to love the Ted Vigil show. You're going to I love to bring young people, because I think they're not going to realize how much John Denver's already influenced what they probably listen to and everything else. And so when he starts playing some of Denver's hits and tells the stories behind it and everything, people are like, I didn't realize that was a Denver. Younger folks are going to be like, that's John Denver. I didn't know that was John Denver. You know, there was more than Rocky Mountain High. There was a lot of other ones too. I mean, that's the go-to. But that man has more hits than he probably's got more creativity in his pinky than I had my entire body. Just that guy. And to be honest, I was talking with Ted about this. He was almost as famous for his offstage stuff as he was for his on. I mean, he was obviously a pilot and, with experiment. I mean, we know how he lost his life and through that, but he was such an advocate for flying. And I got to imagine through his dad and his time here in Roswell in the military had some kind of influence on that. But he did so much more than sing songs on the stage. He really was almost a spokesman person for a generation, really.
Right.
I mean, he really was.
Really a neat individual.
Yeah, so come see the next best thing this Saturday and seeing Ted Vigil as John Denver. We're not going to ever experience a live John Denver again, but this is the best we can do, unless some weird science happens that I don't know about.
That'd be a little weird.
Yeah. Is there anything we missed? Anything we wanted to share? Any other events and things?
We've got our CAPS.
Kids Arts Program.
Kids Arts Program, which is a theater kids class, and that's actually starting next week.
Okay, so new class?
Yes, new class is starting next week. So if you're, third grade through 12th grade.
3rd through 12th, so it's pretty broad.
2 classes.
Okay.
And we've got them separated into youngers and olders.
Gotcha.
And, but yeah.
And these children, and young adults, because it goes through 12th grade here.
Right.
They really get an opportunity through theater to learn these aspects.
Right.
It's theater's used as the vessel to teach, but that's not all they're teaching. They're really teaching life skills and things while
speaking.
While presenting it all through the various ways of getting involved with theater. So if you have kids that maybe don't even really want to sing or act, this is still a great program because they're going to learn all facets.
Oh yeah.
So if they love technical, then they're going to learn the technical side of theater. If they love the logistic side of creating and making and doing all the X's and O's and making sure that that's operating so the front of the house looks perfect, then they get to learn all that stuff. But they get to experience all of that, and they do a lot of stuff outside of the theater too. I know they've partnered quite a few times with the Historical Society. Yes. They do their Graveside Manor, which is kind of a tradition that they do out at the South Park Cemetery every year, recognizing and showcasing some of Roswell's founding fathers and things,
and famous people
and famous folks, and of course they've done other events like that, and all that's through the CAPS program, the Kids Arts Program. So if you have a child, I guess entering 3rd grade through senior, they reach out. The new semester will start here next week. So.
Yep, and you can register online on our website. So just go to CAP. There's a button at the top, or it's also in the first.
Okay, the little little preview scrolls there. Again, it's RoswellTheater.com, TheaTre.com.
Right.
Spelled like live theater, not the eater, like your movie theater.
Right.
Which is, by the way, how I remember how to spell theater. I spell the eater in my head, and that's how I remember how to spell. It's one of those weird tricks, I also do the. You ever do the thing with the knuckles to remember how long a days are in a month?
No, my husband does that one. I did the other one, the 30 days have September.
Okay. Yeah, no, I always do the knuckle thing where the knuckle part is the 31 day.
He showed me that the other day.
Yeah.
I'm like, I've never heard that.
Yeah, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, because they're both 31s.
Right.
September, October, November, December. And it lines up perfect every time.
That's so funny.
Yeah. So if you see me touching knuckles, that's what I'm doing.
How many days?
So you just yell 28, 31, whatever is appropriate, and I'll be like, thanks, and I'll move on about my day. But RoswellTheater.com, or like I said, you can call Lori if you don't want to get online to get tickets, 575-513-8119. Don't wait till day of. This will be sold out. I'm sure they'll sell tickets at the door if need be, but I will. If I were you guys, I would not play that game. I just go ahead and get your advance tickets now. That way you got your seat. You're guaranteed. Especially if you're trying to do a date move. I hate to, there's nothing worse than like Valentine's Day or something. You go to the restaurant, do you have a reservation? No, and then you look like an idiot and you feel bad. So now just cover your base, get online or call Lori, get your tickets. They'll do will call, whatever you need to do when you get there. And by the way, come check out and see the theater if you haven't been in a while. I know you guys have done, even like in the lobby and stuff, you've done a lot of work here during COVID and stuff. So a lot of new digs and new upgrades and things to the facilities and everything else there. So, and again, fundraising event for the Kiwanis Club of Roswell and the Communal Theater by coming out to the Ted Vigil concert here on Saturday.
Right.
Good deal. Did we get it all?
I think so.
Excellent. Well, I guess we missed it. We can get it tomorrow and just remind them tomorrow.
Yeah,
it's like with the 4 Old Broad crew.
Right.
That's the name of the play. I'm allowed to call them 4 Old Broads. I'd like to see 4 Old Broads, please. Hey! I believe they don't like to be called that. Well, just the name of the play. So, anyway. Thank you, Alethea. As always, appreciate the visit. And we'll see you next time, okay?
All right. Sounds good.
Don't work too hard.
Thanks.
It is, and stay healthy. That's easier said than done right now, too. It is 9:48. Let's get you up to date with local news. Hannity update, quick break as well. Don't go away.
Now for your Pecos Valley News Update. I'm Jared Cirillo. We have a reminder that there is a federal holiday next week, so many city, county, and state offices will be closed. Monday, February 21st, is President's Day. Closures include the Roswell Public Library, Roswell Museum, and Roswell Adult Center, the Roswell Recreation and Aquatic Center, Spring River Zoo, and Roswell Visitor Center will all be open on Monday. And we have a missing persons report to pass along as well. Police in Lubbock, Texas say they're looking for a man named Freddie Clements who could be headed to the Roswell area. Clements suffers from a cognitive impairment, and police believe his disappearance poses a threat to his own health and safety. Clements is white, 75 years old, 6 feet 1 inch tall, and gray hair and green eyes. He was last seen wearing a white or light gray plaid shirt, a red jacket, and blue jeans. He could also be driving his white 2008 Hyundai Accent with a Texas tag of HJJ 4191. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
Turn up your radio. Here's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
We'll send Hunter Biden. He knows all the players. He knows them all pretty well, apparently. So if you really want to hurt Russia, you outproduce them with energy, and you get that energy at a lower rate to our allies in Europe, and guess what? You will bankrupt Russia. That's how you win against Vladimir Putin. But Joe can't do that because Joe is beholden to the climate change alarmist cult that is the new Green Deal socialist movement that has now swept up the entire Socialist Democratic Party in this country. So he's not going to do what's necessary to really battle back against Putin, as oil is now $100 a barrel. Good grief. And there's a lag time. Your gas prices are going higher. The cost of everything you buy in every store you go to, it's going higher.
Check out the Sean Hannity radio show later today, right here.
Henry, made in America or not made at all?
Hi, I'm Anthony Imperato, president of Henry Repeating Arms. Patriotic Americans are looking to protect and provide for their families, now more than ever. Henry has over 200 rifles and shotguns to choose from in a variety of calibers and finishes. Made in America or not made at all, and backed by a lifetime warranty and my personal guarantee for your 100% satisfaction. I invite you to visit henryusa.com and order our free catalog, decals, and a list of Henry dealers in your area. There's a Henry that's right for you. Visit henryusa.com and order our free catalog, decals, and a list of Henry dealers in your area. That's henryusa.com. Thank you, and God bless America.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Things will be nice today except for the gusty wind. That'll be continuing at up to about 30 miles an hour, but that low and cold front are moving out of our area. This afternoon's high in the upper 40s to low 50s. Clear and cold for the overnight hours. Will drop into the low 20s and then warming up tomorrow. Back up to 60 and sunny. We're in the mid 60s and fair for the weekend. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
It's time for the Chavez County Sports Report. State swimming started yesterday in Albuquerque, the state championships, and it was for the boys. The girls will be on Saturday, but for the boys, you've got Marcos Ramos, a junior from NMMI, competing, and he did pretty well. He was 6th overall in the 200 individual medley, and he was 8th overall in the 100-yard butterfly. That means he made the finals in both events. Terrific job, Marco. His teammate Lorenzo Cepeda also finished 16th in the 50 freestyle. You've got state wrestling starting tomorrow and Saturday. Tomorrow it'll be Class 3A and 4A. Of course, that includes Roswell and Goddard wrestlers. And then on Saturday, you've got 5A and the girls competition. The girls bracket will go on Saturday at the Rio Rancho Event Center. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. Wall Street nervous about all of the uncertainty surrounding Ukraine. That anxiety evident this morning when the opening bell sounded. The key averages tumbled deep into the red. More Americans applied for jobless benefits last week following 3 straight weeks of decline.
The Labor Department reports jobless claims rose by 23,000 to 248,000 last week. Claims were revised up to 225,000 the previous week. The 4-week average for claims fell by 10,500 to 243,250. Fewer than 1.6 million Americans were collecting jobless aid during the week that ended February 5th.
And that's correspondent Jeremy House. Walmart muscled through rising inflation and snarled global supply chains to put up strong results for the fourth quarter. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
Honey, did you see the story in the Roswell paper recently about how Dennis Kintai and the city council want to spend $61 million on new baseball fields?
Yep, talk about out-of-control spending.
Yeah, they say it's a field of dreams, more like field of debt.
Definitely. Kintai and the council don't have their priorities straight. Remember, they wanted to spend $35 million on a new public safety complex. Thank goodness over 80% of voters rejected that boondoggle.
And meanwhile, crime has gone up drastically over Kintai's last 4 years in charge.
Yeah, and Roswell's roads are a mess. Have you seen the sorry state that streets like North Garden are in? Potholes everywhere.
That's why we need Tim Jennings for mayor. Tim will control spending, hire more police officers, and fix our roads.
Let's send a message to City Hall that Roswell can't afford to spend $61 million on building new baseball fields. Vote Tim Jennings for mayor.
Paid for by Tim Jennings for mayor.
One of my favorite Bible stories is the story of the Ethiopian and Philip. I love it because of what Philip is willing to do and the message that he shares. The story goes something like this. The Ethiopian is on his way home from a work trip and is reading the Old Testament book of Isaiah. He gets to a point he doesn't understand. Philip, who is running beside the Ethiopian's chariot, says, "Do you understand?" Then Philip hops in the chariot and explains the passage to the Ethiopian. While Philip is explaining this obscure Old Testament passage, he ultimately tells the story of Jesus. The Ethiopian is moved by the story and decides to become a Christian. The story of Jesus still has that same power to move and power to save. Have you let that story penetrate your heart? At Country Club Road, we're always sharing that story. I hope you'll join us.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Have you been dealing with stress or anxiety lately? Don't let that stop you from getting the dental work done that you know needs to happen. Hi, this is Dr. Sarah Usher with Carabelli Dental, and every day we help people just like you have a relaxing and pain-free experience with IV sedation. Just imagine a dental experience where you don't remember the needles or the drills. If that's what you're looking for, we can help. Let us ease your stress and create the best dental experience ever.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental at the corner of 9th and Main or call 622-4455.
The ultimate Wi-Fi experience is now available to you thanks to Smart Home Wi-Fi with Plateau. Get fiber-to-home technology 100 times faster than the average household internet speed. Plateau has multiple plans to fit your family. With Fast, get true 100 megs per second upload and download speed. With Faster, get true 500 meg. And with Fastest, get 16 gigs of download and upload speeds. Learn more at plateaufiber.com. Get the speed you need with Plateau. Tried, true, trusted.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard has led to a lot of firsts for me. The education assistance I received made it possible for me to be the first person in my family to go to school and graduate debt-free. That education helped get me to the first day at my dream job, a job that I can still hold while I serve part-time. That job, plus the other benefits possible from the Army National Guard, helped me become a first-time homeowner. Also, part of my role as a National Guard soldier means I know that I can be one of the first to respond and help my community if disaster ever strikes. I'm extremely proud that I get to serve my community, and that first step I took by joining the Army National Guard has made all the difference in my life. Talk to your local recruiter or visit NationalGuard.com to find out what firsts are available to you in the Army National Guard.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard. Aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. 1 in 3 snake bite victims is drunk. 1 in 5 is tattooed. Hold my beer and check this out. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 9:58, about ready to wrap up today's show. But if you missed any part, I invite you to go back and check it out at your leisure at ksvptv.com. Click on the Mornings with Mike Winters channel, and there you'll find our interviews. We had in the 8 o'clock hour, we had Sarah Bradley and Johnny Lujan from the city of Roswell join us and gave us an update on some things happening around the city, talking about some upcoming events, President's Day closures and delays. Closures and what's not closed through the city on President's Day weekend. Talked about all that. Different opportunities to get involved in the city. Lots of good information there with those two. So we played that, or we had that interview in the 8 o'clock hour. And then, of course, this past hour, Alethea Hartwell with the Roswell Communal Theater joined us, and we chit-chatted about the Big Ted Vigil concert happening this Saturday at the Communal Theater. And then also talk a little bit about all the other opportunities available through Community Little Theater there as well. Again, ksvptv.com. Click on the Mornings with Mike Winters channel, and you'll find all our interviews there from today. Sorry, I got the hiccups. And from, all time there, actually. So, all right, we got to go. We got Travis and Sexton coming up next. Thank you very, very, very much for allowing us to be a part of your day. Have an amazing day. We'll talk to you bright and early, 7 a.m. tomorrow. Friday show. Take care.
The great one, Mark Levin, is now in Roswell on 106.5 KEND